So we are live. I am not doing this stream by myself, apparently, because I am joined by the vest wearing
Blood giving.
Eric showing off them guns.
Because I was extremely late for the the watch along because I added myself. I didn't realize Marcus wasn't here, but then it made me think that he has to be at work. It is a court holiday today, so I'm not at work today.
What holiday is it?
Cesar Chavez Day.
Oh, that's not a real holiday.
Yeah, Manny, with the current regime, I don't know how long this is going to be a holiday, so you never know.
That's not a real holiday.
How are you doing on this Monday evening for you? Correct?
Yeah, I'm all right. It's a strange day today. How are you doing?
You know, giving blood when you can't eat is a stressful thing because you're hungry.
Were you giving blood because you had to give because it was a
Doctor's
blood
order.
test, or were you just giving blood because like it's good to give blood?
No, I can't give blood because my blood is so tainted. It was a doctor's order.
Okay, so it's a blood test.
Yeah, to find out all the stuff that's wrong with me. You know, probably pre-diabetic, too much cholesterol. All the good stuff that you'd be like, oh, let me bring 45 in with this stuff. I'm ready for it. The countdown to 50. This is my first time watching Monday Night Raw live.
On Netflix.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I get commercials, and
You
I
will
haven't
get
watched Monday
commercials.
Night Raw with a person in a long time. So I'm excited to be able to enjoy Raw with you, Manny.
Well, so it was interesting doing the shows by myself. The last couple live streams, but they would not have been accessed. They wouldn't have been as good as they were if it weren't for the people in the chat.
Yeah. Well, I've learned for myself that watching wrestling by myself might be the most difficult thing to do. Like I enjoy it more as a community than I do as a individual.
Yeah, I gathered because you and Marcus are always on the phone like little girls.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck you, sir. But no, it's like one of those things. That's why like I have more fun doing watch alongs because I like to derail shows. Consider me a hijacker.
Yeah. Well, you're out of the WrestleMania one.
Hmm.
You're out of the WrestleMania one. You're free, Eric. You're free.
It's so expensive though, man. I just feel so. I mean, we already reserved the room, but we still haven't got tickets. I just don't know. I just don't know. And then Shantae asked me what I wanted for my birthday. I was like, well, if you plan on getting me something, if you have to get me something, I wouldn't mind a new Mac Mini.
Yeah.
And I was like, because I mean, I've had my Mac Mini for a while, and it
So
still
have I.
runs.
We've had it the same length of
Yeah,
time.
it still runs, but I do know that with one of my camera, the files that I have, like the 100 megapixel file, like
Yeah.
it makes my computer like struggle when I'm in Photoshop. So like I could really use more RAM, but
Look,
it's not necessary.
yeah, for me, this thing still runs smooth.
Yeah.
Like I don't necessarily need to upgrade yet.
The only thing that I'm like kind of leery about upgrading, I do lose some USB A ports.
Yeah, but then
Which,
you just get a hub.
yeah, I already
Get the
have a
hub.
hub, but it's just like one of those things. It's like, do I really want to do this change? But maybe I just get me a network attached storage system and stay with the M1 and wait for the M5. Like the fact that this computer runs as well as it does and is able to support our live streaming and everything and do the little needs that we do is quite impressive.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm like, I have no reason to upgrade at the moment.
It's just a lust though, man. Just like that's how they got you with that iPad mini. Just got you
Yeah,
with it.
but I watched another video today, and then someone was saying like, "Oh, it's a mistake to get it." Da, 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 da. And the main complaints were Apple Intelligence, which
Mm-hmm.
one I don't give a fuck about.
Yeah.
I don't use it. Uh, and the other one is it doesn't have a ProMotion display.
Eh.
And again, for what I'm using it for, I don't need a ProMotion display. I
Because
am reading on it.
yeah,
I'm
yours is
turning pages.
your thing is mainly just a manga thing, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
which I think is a great thing for you to have. Like it's like, at the end of it, you found a purpose for it. And I can admit that I wish I would have like there's a part of me that want the iPad Pro that's the 11-inch instead of the 12 so I can use my iPad more, but like I just don't feel like paying that money for another iPad. It's because they're kind of expensive. They're like
They
iPhone.
are expensive. The only reason I have a Pro was to do editing on it, but now I feel like the Air is more sufficient and it's
Yeah.
cheaper. But like I didn't know that back then. They made the Air so much more desirable at this point.
It- you know what, Manny? The hardest part in life is when you realize you're growing up and we don't need to buy all the new stuff. Like the fact that I'm still on an iPhone 13 is even more impressive
I
for
don't know how
myself.
you're on a 13.
Yeah.
And
And
Marcus is on like a 10 or 11, isn't he?
I don't know. If that's the case, Shantae has the most current phone than everybody else because I think she just upgraded to a 16.
I'm on a 15 Pro Max,
Code up.
which I think I'm upgrading this
Oh,
this
she's
year.
channeling her inner Beetlejuice tonight.
No, she's a referee. She's
Oh,
refereeing.
so she's coming with a referee suit.
Yeah, refereeing in style.
Oh, he looked like a white supremacist. He looked like he should be wearing the garb that Kanye was wearing. I just hope we don't get Jimmy screwing Jay again. I just hope that don't happen.
I think he's he's over with that, right? For the moment in time.
I think so. You know what? I'm rooting for him now, Manny. I love this man on LFG. I need him to be like this more. He was so angry.
He was so angry, but then when he was asking them to do things, he was very polite and he said please and he said thank you.
No, like his character of respecting the ring came across that like this is a true profession for him. My
Yeah.
favorite part was when the Undertaker was like, I don't know, I felt some type of way. Then he was like, well, I realize.
He's like, this is my guy.
So, Manny, were you just not in the price area for this, or you had work?
Nah, just not in the price area. Like from where I want to sit now,
Mm-hmm.
it's too expensive. Like I could have sat up there where it's underneath where it says O2, and they were like, those are priority seats. They were going for about 300, 500, and I was like, it's not worth that for like a Raw or a SmackDown.
Manny, what does this mean from Jimmy? Is the merch site down? My shirt is in the wind. What does that mean?
Is the merch site down? I haven't been on the merch. To be honest, Jimmy, I haven't been on that merch site in
Once
months.
Manny got the login, I said I don't even care. I don't even know what the website is.
Uh,
Is it Spring?
yeah, it's t-shirt. It's spring something. Hold on, Jimmy. Let me have a look.
Or is this a statement saying that you guys owe him a shirt?
We don't owe him a shirt. I think the shirt company owes him a shirt because we don't sell them directly. Is it spring.com? No.
Oh, I do not like that shirt. He looked like the Bride of Frankenstein with that hat.
I've got the shirt.
Damn! I just realized I don't like that shirt.
Do you know what I said to Marcus? This is like the Dodger blue, which I don't like because it's too blue.
Uh-huh.
I like. Do you know when you got the Dodger jersey
Yeah.
when it's like a navy when it's in
Ooh,
the lettering?
let me tell you something right now. I know you don't watch baseball, but their jerseys with the gold writing was really nice to
It's
signify World
fire, isn't it?
Championship.
It's fire. I've
That
seen it.
was
It looks
nice.
so good.
I was like, I wanted to get one. I didn't like the hat, but I like the jerseys. But we'll go back at commercial breaks where we talk about it because Mr. Cena is about to address the London audience.
Jimmy, you might have to
Oh,
contact Spring. and Cena wasn't even able to talk because he was interrupted immediately by
by Cody
Cody.
Rhodes. Did Cody wear a suit? That's the question. Did Cody wear a
Yeah,
suit?
he's wearing a suit today.
So while he makes his entrance, Manny, is there anybody on LFG next week? Is there a guest or no?
They didn't mention any type of guest.
Oh,
Actually, they did. DDP.
you know what, Manny? I don't do this often. Strike. This suit is ugly.
I don't like pinstripe.
I don't like. I
No,
don't
I
like.
don't mind pinstripes, but this is like
This is
navy.
something that Bobby Lashley wear, where you be like, it's an ugly suit, but Bobby Lashley's big enough that you be like, I ain't gonna tell him that though. Like I'll tell Cody, this is an ugly suit.
No, but this can be taken the wrong way because I'm saying it. But black men can get away with flashy suits like that.
Yes.
White men can't.
No. And maybe because he thought he's married to Brandy, he got it. I also do not like the shoe pairing. The brown shoes, I just don't like it.
Although I have seen John Cena wear suits like this, and it don't look that bad.
Manny, let me tell you this right now. When John Cena was wearing suits, he had the worst suit game in the business. I just hated his suits. His body was built like Nick Aldis, and the suits just didn't match.
But the suit, every time I see John Cena in a suit, or I see like any type of athlete in a suit, like a basketball player, they never look right.
I think his stripes are too big. He reminds me of a pack of cigarettes, and I don't smoke. Like, you know, when you pull the little gold foil to open up the pack? Never mind.
No, he looks like he's gone back to Michigan for an alumni day or something.
Shantae said that when I put the wig on, I reminded her of Doc Brown from Back to the Future.
I have to say, I kind of like my wig. I'm not changing this wig. I'm gonna repurpose it every time
No,
we do
Manny,
this
it
nonsense.
fits you, man. Like literally, Manny, you could wear that wig out, and people would think that's really your hair.
Yeah.
You became a super douche. I love my comments on my Instagram post where people's like, "You gonna wear that to work?" I would love to wear that to work if I could, but I get sent home, and I'm not driving that far just to do that.
Come
So
on, people.
this is 3 weeks in a row they have started the show off in the middle ring, huh?
Well, the first 2 weeks was John Cena, and then Cody came out.
I know they're about to talk right now, but John Cena wearing the old man orthopedic shoes look like it.
He really does need to change them. Like, wear Jordans or something. You got the money for it. These ain't the Walmart specials you used to wear.
I mean, at least put some Skechers on. John Cena would be the most Skechers representing person I would know. Like straight up got Skechers.
I don't mind Skechers. They've come a long way. Remember how bad they used to look?
Yes.
They've
Yes.
come a long way.
You're right, Manny. This is a brother suit. Look at it, Cody. Like you put MVP in the suit, it works.
Yeah. The only person it won't work on is Shelton. Shelton dresses like a white man.
He sounds like a white man too. I still don't understand why Marcus like him.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, Cody coming in with a little bit of fire. A little bit. You've got a hell of a lisp. You got a hell of a lisp. You know, I don't like when they start making fun of themselves. It's sad.
Yeah, but he ain't talking about the true biggest mistake of his entire life. Now it starts that damn neck tattoo. That neck tattoo is a mistake.
Because I don't like that he started there. Like,
yeah,
for me, if I was to continue going upwards like this, no one would really say anything. I mean, they probably would, but it makes sense.
Manny, it explains the suit. He really think he a brother. He think he a brother. Like, you know what? Oh, he brought it up. Damn. So how can we stop you guys from chanting?
You can't.
Okay.
But as an American, that's been watching these shows and the road to WrestleMania, has the timings affected your enjoyment of this road to WrestleMania because they're
Smack
on Netflix,
well,
or does it really matter?
SmackDown was screwed over for me because
Mm, I was
it went
watching it.
long
Yeah.
and I had to go find how it ended someplace else.
No, but, like, because it's at a different time
No,
live.
cause no, because like I don't watch it live anyway.
Yeah. Superman's really dead. So, apparently Netflix is pumping in "This Is Awesome" chants into, feeds.
Really?
Yeah,
Huh.
so, the measure of "This Is Awesome" is gone.
Manny, is his shirt a snakeskin pattern?
Or it's
Like when they zoom into him again? Like the pattern.
no, it looks perforated like, Jimmy's SmackDown attire recently.
Do you think
This
The
will be
Rock
the
shows
first
up
time
next
John actually
Monday
replies to him. I don't think The Rock is ever coming back to to WrestleMania.
with the bell bottoms?
Yeah. Oh.
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 You've been protected long enough.
Use
Oh!
it.
Oh, I'm going to bury you.
Oh, I'm ahead of you, huh? Okay.
Oh.
Oh. Oh.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, damn. Jesus, John.
Oh.
Oh. Oh, Jesus. I'm calling Marcus a chauffeur tomorrow. Oh my god. Oh.
Ooh. Ooh.
Underwhelming. Oh, Jesus. They're not even gonna do it.
They did it. They did it. He's literally cutting a promo on himself. Everything people said about John Cena, he's using it against Cody.
Yeah.
Damn right, tell him, John.
Yeah, fuck that suit. Oh.
Oh,
Oh. Oh my god. Oh, you're just a common fan.
Manny, they
Jesus.
started cheering him. I'm
Yeah.
confused.
Aaron boy, I got lucky. You asked for it, Cody.
Oh, that's weak. That's all you got? You got to call him a bitch and slap him. You do. You just got to. Oh!
Oh.
Oh! Oh! I mean, that's a valid point, too.
That's a valid point. This man, this is fire. Oh. I think you lost me on that one, Cody.
Manny, they need to put the Netflix in. The show is over. Just end right here.
Yeah. Finally. Can we get an answer on that, please, John? Cena stole my kebab.
Oh,
Oh.
I thought that was a very good use of shit right there. You know,
Yeah.
other companies use shit all the time, and the English people will eat it up.
Feces.
Oh,
Oh. Oh.
oh!
I didn't even hear that last line. What did he say?
I'll tell you. Oh, oh.
Oh.
He said I made money for billionaires, and you just took money from billionaire sons.
Oh. Tease this.
Is that where the line was drawn? Was that what that you can't wrestle?
Well, the last time Cena got baited is when Punk called him the Yankees.
Okay, but I'll tell you this right now. This is what they talk about on LFG of how words can sell a match. I mean, this made the match. I don't even need them to show up anymore. Still didn't get an answer to the question of why he sold out to The Rock. But at the
Yeah.
same time, I thought Cody held his own when Cena really started coming with the heavy blows. It was a great boxing match, in my opinion.
This one was good. Oh, he shot at the WrestleMania side.
The sad part about this though, Manny, is that it's just kind of like the Will Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher match. How do you follow this? Like you can't. Like we're gonna have a cool down match. I'm pretty sure to let the fans calm down. But afterwards, I don't think there's gonna be a segment on Raw that contends with this.
No, and I wonder why they. I don't know why they put this at the start of the show 3 times in a week, 3 times in a row.
But I think this was probably the most authentic and most special one,
Yeah,
despite the ugly suit. That dude got tickets for every show.
I
Oh,
don't get it.
Pat made the trip.
How many last week?
Oh, okay. I never watched last week. I apologize. I lied to you. You guys never asked me about Raw, and I never got to tell the truth. So I don't think I've ever saw Bianca shorts.
Oh, I didn't even finish Dynamite last week. I just went along with Marcus.
Manny, I turned Dynamite on, and I watched only one match that I cared about. That was Brody Lee, and then I was like, I don't care about nothing else on this show.
I maybe watched the first 45 minutes of Dynamite, and then Marcus was just spoke all the way through, and I just agreed with him.
This is why we don't get anybody, and we're not credible wrestler journalists because we will fake it through it.
Once again, Eric, I must point out, I finished work maybe 15 minutes before I did that show last Thursday.
Mm. Well, you know, Manny, as we get a little break as we watch this package, I think the only person of the trio that cares about watching everything and having integrity is Marcus. I don't think I think we will lie, cheat, and still our way through a segment just to do it. And I
Yeah.
think we both could tell. We'd be like, yeah.
No, thing is, it's very quick. If Marcus, because what happens is on Tuesday and Thursday sometimes is Marcus might ask me a question, and it's very quick to go flip it onto him while I think of a response. And then if I really want to, I can see that you see the first take formula. You just go against what the other person says and
Yeah, it's
create
like,
it.
oh man, I don't agree with you. What you said, man. I thought it was very formulaic. It was kind of it didn't do anything for me. It just I just didn't like the match. Let's move on to something I actually cared about.
And there's so many tropes that I have on here that I don't like multi-person matches. I don't like tag matches. It's very quick. I can very easily go, I don't like this match.
And the greatest thing about using that for AEW is that the matches don't mean anything. So it's kind of like you really don't have to care.
Yeah. I'm liking these graphics.
Okay, so these were new, right?
No, so this is London specific, but they had like raw ones for Netflix, and they just look so good.
Oh, was a New Day on last week?
Briefly, but like I'm getting bored of this because it's like we've got bad attitudes, but like nothing of Big E or anything ever again.
It's like they're not doing nothing.
Yeah, they're not doing anything. They're the exactly same spot before Big E, the Big E segment.
Know what they kind of remind me of? Hurt Business.
No, they look like a beefier version or a meatier version of Private Party.
Okay. Both things I don't think I care about.
Yep.
But that was a really good segment. I mean, I feel bad for the New Day to have to follow that, but they have no steam behind them anyway, so it makes sense
No.
for them to follow that segment. So,
Unless they got Big E coming out, there's no way the segment's gonna.
it's like it's cool down at its best right there. And I mean, like, who are they going to fight? The Viking Raiders? I don't even know what tag teams exist on Raw.
What other tag team? Who are they facing? LWO?
Oh, it might be the LWO because they have been fighting with the Mexicans for a long time, to the point where they won't even get an entrance.
But the best stat is the New Day have beaten every combination of the LWO.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. I mean, arguably, I think the New Day might be could be considered the best tag team of all time. I mean, at least in the top 5.
Okay,
I
so
mean,
they're cutting the promo in the ring for me while you're in
mm.
commercial.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
Oh, the New Day.
Yeah.
You see, this is why maybe I need to invest in a VPN, because right now I'm getting the Cricket Wireless commercial.
But again, I think you need to investigate which ones region block it.
Mm. Now, Rob, I have a question about this. Like, and I'll turn to Manny. He says, "Up, up, down, down has endeared the New Day to me. I like watching them work." Do you think, Manny, that up, up, down, down kind of revealed too much about their characters, and maybe is one of the reasons why they lost a lot of momentum, because we were watching them on their YouTube channel, watching other people outside the ring?
No, I think it added different dimensions to people's character, and it made you like or want to support other characters other wrestlers that appeared on it, because it's like, okay, they seem like a cool individual outside of this. But what lost? I think Up Up Down Down has lost so much steam. That it's not worth it anymore.
Well, I think I think when they had the editor strikes where they didn't want to pay no more, that was a
Yeah.
problem. And then I think honestly, gaming is in a lull right now. I don't think there's anything that's came out in gaming that is worthy enough for the momentum that Up Up Down Down had at that time.
It was never about it was never about the game. It was always watching Up Up Down Down was more always about watching them
Yeah,
interact. So like the battles between Xavier and the Miz.
yeah.
That's what made that interesting.
But I think WWE is pulling back to where they're trying to be a little bit more protective of the entities of their characters on TV. Like, for example, like it's a possibility you could see Gunther playing games, which would make no sense if you saw him being nice and stuff like that. Because I thought like on LFG that was a perfect representation of Gunther, better than he's ever been presented on Monday Night Raw.
Well, Gunther's a bit like Bully Ray,
Yeah,
where Bully Ray protects the business to a really annoying limp.
well, because I think
Like
he's somewhat of a
like that
dick
whole
too.
handshaking business.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're Bully Ray, bro. You ain't like the Undertaker. Come on.
In his head, he is. Oh, Manny. So I didn't know until I watched LFG. What did you make of Mickey James's comments?
Oh, having your ass out.
Yeah, wrestling in lingerie.
She's entitled to her opinion because she did state having done that for so many years, it kind of gives her the. She didn't necessarily phrase it this way, but it gives her the ick now. And I get it. If you're a woman and you want to be taken seriously, that's not something you want to. That's not what you would want people first thinking about you.
Hmm. But I think I think I understand what she was saying, and I think it's more so not about the booty being out, but I think more about the lingerie inspired wrestling attire. Because when you look at Zima, what's her name? Zaya? I know it starts with a
Xena,
Z.
Xena.
Xena, like her thing looked like a piece of lingerie. Like literally it did. Compared to like if you go to Jada Parker's, like her outfits look they're like she's just out there in small shorts and she just got too much booty to handle it.
See, thing is valid, but certain men will get uptight about that comment.
What UK tag team they gonna bring out?
Oh, Tyler Bates back.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I didn't care about them when they were together.
Well, we know how Mark is gonna feel about this because that little man stole his woman. Well, Manny, let me just point out right now how we pointed out we didn't know what tag teams was on Raw. This didn't help because we would have never picked these guys. So, Manny, I'm gonna put you on the spot because I like to do this. You have to pick a London pairing of who gets to be successful, who gets to be let go. You these two or Pretty Deadly. I'm picking Pretty Deadly. Who are you picking?
To be let go.
Yeah,
Or
one gets
stay.
to stay, one has to leave.
So you're keeping Pretty Deadly to stay or to go?
To stay.
I think I'll keep these two.
You
Uh,
keeping these two.
because regardless of them being a tag team, these two could actually be money in singles. They both have something to be mid card singles, not up card, but mid card singles.
Hmm.
Whereas Pretty Deadly are just a tag team.
So you like the fact that they have a little bit more flexibility where you can, continue to, you could break them up and still do stuff. I don't think
Because
I can make I
if
can't
you
make
get
money with Tyler Bate on the main roster. That's just me.
but
But
if you realistically look, say if you're a business, right, and one of Pretty Deadly gets hurt, that's it. The gimmick's over. You
that's
can't
true.
do anything.
Well, Manny,
Whereas
we
like if
learned that
one
the hard way. Remember, we
yeah,
learned it.
if one of them gets hurt, they can do singles.
But I also don't think these guys will ever be let go because I think they are Triple H guys and they will always have a job.
It's true.
At least they're tagging though.
But they've always been a good. They've always tagged, so it works for them.
Oh, that's disrespectful. That is disrespectful. I would kick his ass too, Coffee. You gonna call me Jasper? You don't do that to me.
So Kobe reposted a clip of a kid getting kicked out of a basketball game in attendance, saying he hopes that some kids at WWE should be kicked out. And it's got CP3 yelling at this kid, and I don't understand what happened.
I don't know either because I haven't seen that one. So maybe I have to go and look at the context of it. Because the worst part about it, where I follow Coffee at, is on my other page, which I don't check that often.
Because Eric's all about the photos.
Yeah, well, actually, I'm part of me is actually sick of social media. It's a it's a lot of work.
I like scrolling. I just don't like doing.
What Chris Paul was gonna kick that kid's ass?
Yeah, I don't understand it.
Now I got to go look it up. Damn it. You know, this is why we don't never get left alone with each other because we start doing stuff. Chris Paul Young fan ejected. And yes, I know I'm old. Oh, this was in 2023?
Would struggle to drop Kofi. Oh, Rob, I've always loved the Iconics. Always. That's a lie. I could have bought tickets today. What are you talking about? Sold out. Pete Dunne's gonna turn on Tyler Bate tonight. I
What
feel it.
happened?
I feel Pete Dunne's gonna turn on Tyler Bate tonight. I feel it.
Oh, it could happen. So, Manny, that happened in 2022, and apparently those fans had an altercation with Chris Paul's family in the concourse or something like that, and they were banned from the arena for 2 years. Now back to the tag team match.
It's the most work the New Day's done in months. Jimmy, let us know what they say about that shirt, by the way, if you're still in the chat. So we have made $165
We have?
in merch.
I will point out that this match is not as bad as I expected it to be. I understand when I am who I am.
I don't mind it.
You know,
To be the
Gravy, when I was trying to get the money before, you was like, let it sit there and wait. So
But no one else. I don't feel like anyone else is going to be buying anything anytime soon.
probably not. How much
Half of
is
that money is ours.
How much is StreamYard? A month?
$50,
Oh, so that only covers 2 months?
3 months.
Damn. A fire ant pile.
JK Swiss, that's not your best work.
That man might be doing some IT right there. I wouldn't mind seeing the new Catch Republic go against Fraxium. They got contrasting styles.
Yeah.
And I mean, right now, even though Xavier and Kofi are old as I don't know what, they still show that they understand the dynamic of tag team wrestling.
Well, Kofi is understanding that you have to have a tag team license to be a tag team.
Just like someone told Jasper and them that you need to have a license to go outside the ring. Why are they outside the ring? They ain't ready to be outside the ring. Actually, I don't think having TB on your tights is a good look because I just make you think you got tuberculosis. That's just gonna put it out there.
What did you make of what's her name? Tyler?
That is that the
Tyra
Asian girl?
Misty? No, Tyra Misty, the Olympic gold medalist.
Um,
The promo she got of like why she's continuing to smile because she's smart, but you're like, oh, smile.
it's an unfortunate thing that I think it's a trait that runs in our people where you have a natural chip on her shoulder, and she makes excuses because she's one of those people who having a hard time dealing with things that they're not happy with, so they always want to act like they're happy, like it's a defense mechanism instead of just accepting that, you know what, I'm unhappy in this point. I'm pretty sure you work with people who are always happy no matter what. Like
Yeah.
it could be a fire and they're just like happy, and it's like, unfortunately, as humans, being happy all the time is unrealistic. It's not good for our own sanity. Like the fact that she was like, I feel like I need to go to the bathroom and cry. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong. Oh, hold on. Kathy's gone. She don't got the glasses on this week though.
She was normal without them on.
Betty, what happened to Coffee's chest? Kathy look uncomfortable.
I mean, I would too if a man with no mustache was yelling at me.
And no chest. She knew when he had a chest. I just want to point out, Manny, if this makes it to WrestleMania, I don't know how. I just
This ain't nothing but SmackDown or Raw after WrestleMania.
Manny, this ain't nothing but the South. This ain't nothing but the South. Even though I like the War Raiders, I feel like as a black man, I gotta support the New Day. Duck Dynasty versus real I can't think of a black show right now. I can't. Empire.
Empire of all shows.
I had nothing else, man, because I refuse to acknowledge any Tyler Perry shows. Manny, I have a question for you. Since they're talking, we don't care about this. Going back to LFG, I think the black guy who's not Chris, if he can find a personality, I think he could be something special.
You mean the one that got
Yearwood? Oh,
the one that was reading a book?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he is built like such an 80s, 90s wrestler. It's ridiculous.
He's got a great look.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the way they talk about Cutler. He needs a personality or something behind him.
Like, I was like, oh wow, like I was also disappointed that Gunther didn't talk to the other boy who we can't stand.
Oh. He was like, "Oh, you're the one that is that the one that spoke to Punk?" I was like, well, I wish he went out. Is that the one that refused to speak?
Yeah.
I don't like Chris.
Damn. I didn't see this, Manny. But Jay need Jimmy. Jimmy has all the personality.
But do you know how dumb this segment was? He literally turned the corner, and then Gunther was there.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, you can't let a grown man slap you like that.
I mean, this is
they both didn't win the Royal Rumble. Just want to point that out. Manny, I like that main event Jey Uso WrestleMania shirt.
I saw it in person.
I like the colors. I don't want to buy that shirt, but I'm tempted though.
Did I show you the other shirt I bought?
No.
Oh, it looks so good. Look how good this shirt looks.
War Wrestling. What shirt is this?
This is a UK specific one.
Oh.
I love this shirt. It's fire.
Manny. Gunther about to kill Jimmy tonight. That's the story getting.
Yep.
Because Jay just told him to be careful.
Well, look, he's walking out. You gotta kill someone.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait for this. And you know, the craziest thing about LFG is that, you know, they filmed this a while back. They knew Gunther was gonna be defending his title in 2 weeks. And it was like the impression that they already had this already mapped out was great. Oh, let me mute this. Real American beer. Right now I'm looking at Uncle Ben's rice.
Love me some Uncle Ben's rice.
You don't just make rice yourself. You get the pouch or the thing.
Hey,
you're fucking Asian. You should know how.
Rice is a long process.
You should tell me about the figure. Like if the water is here, that's all you need.
It's here.
I don't remember where it's at.
If it's here, that's all you need. That's a long process, Eric. If I need rice, I need rice.
I mean, the minute rice. All right, I will point out the little cup of rice is great. I am supposed to eat brown rice, and I will point out that brown rice does not hit the same as white rice, but you know, I still enjoy some rice. So me and Shantae, we went to a barbecue place yesterday, Manny. The barbecue place was called Love Chicken and Ribs.
Okay. This sounds run by a black person, and then sounds like it tastes delicious.
Manny, what I'm gonna do is let me get the pictures up for you, because the name, when you hear the name Love Chicken and Ribs, you think it's gonna be some love put into the food, right?
Yeah, I think it's black owned, and love is put into the food, and it tastes delicious.
Manny, first and foremost, it was not black owned. It was located in a facility that is not known for barbecue.
Yeah.
Uh, let me export these pictures real quick. We might have to wait for the first commercial break to have a discussion about this. But Shantae and I have not been more disappointed with barbecue in our entire life than we was from Love Chicken and Ribs. Man, it had a Carolina based sauce, which I don't know how much you know about barbecue sauces, but
No.
it's more of a vinegar base, like a water based sauce. So it's very thin, right?
Oh, so it's not sticky?
It's not sticky. It's not sticky at all. But
Ah.
the worst thing about it though was that there were absolutely no flavor in any of the meat. The only flavor that we had was burn, like the char from the chicken. And I ordered um the chicken plate, you know, being healthy. And Shantae ordered the lunch special where you got chicken and ribs, like 4 pork ribs. She could
Hmm.
not tell the difference between the ribs and the chicken. So this was my plate.
Okay. I
So
mean, that looks edible.
The sides were though they only had sides that made me think of you. So of course you were okay. They had mashed potatoes and gravy, as you can see all
Yeah.
the gravy. Coleslaw was the only vegetable they had, or you could get rice and gravy. So this chicken tasted absolutely like nothing. Shantae decided not to go mashed potatoes, and she got fries.
Was the chicken at least juicy,
No,
or was it dry?
it was dry.
And the sauce didn't help it.
The sauce had no flavor, no nothing.
Ah, that's bad barbecue. And I wouldn't even consider myself an expert.
It just it was the most disappointing thing ever. And luckily we made a bounce back because you know Shantae needed to have some dessert. So we went to uh a place called Churro King,
Okay.
and she got a box of churros that was good. However, unfortunately, I decided to have a wrestling match, and I inadvertently turned into her box and knocked down a good majority of the churros to the ground. So the
That's
churros
levels of
got
sadness right there.
huh?
That's levels of sadness right there.
It was called Churro Boss. And like you just have to understand the concept of they gave you like a box full of just churros that look like they've been cut up into little bite-sized pieces, but
Yeah.
it was fried great. They weren't greasy. Ah. But then I made a mistake and I went to a coffee spot and got a very lackluster a dirty chai latte. And I was like, oh, this is bad.
I don't like I don't really like chai lattes unless they're from Starbucks. Every chai latte I've had that's not from Starbucks have tasted different.
Manny, because the problem with Starbucks is that Starbucks kind of makes us like a milkshake. It is so sweet. That's what we're used to. And I've learned that because like when I go and get chai lattes from other places, they're so thin. And it makes sense that they would be thin because you're using tea. So they're not using the tea to cream ratio right.
Uh, before everyone switches off, this is what
It's,
normally happens when me and Eric on when Marcus isn't here. But Eric, let me tell you something. I've made the change. I don't drink straight milk anymore. If I go to a coffee shop, I'm on that oat milk shit.
you know, oat milk make you fat, right?
Yeah, but I don't drink that much.
Okay. Yeah, but you know,
So,
I don't drink. You know, the one I choose, I drink soy, where I get
but Eric,
titties.
everything in moderation is fine.
True, true. Well, that's why I started eating eggs again.
See, I like eating eggs. I don't. Again, I don't do it as often.
Manny, that's why you ambiguous, because that's disrespectful to all Asians that I know who all they do is love eggs.
No, but I love me some like egg fried rice or the even better the special that fresh special fried rice that's got chopped up chicken, chopped up char siu pork, peas, egg, some shrimp in there.
I'm just glad
That's
that you specified that, Betty, because I was concerned. I was like, who just order egg fried rice? Like that don't make no damn sense in my world. Like egg is an additive to the chicken fried rice, the strip fried rice, or the
no, yeah, no,
or
no.
the house fried rice.
So sometimes if you want something a little bit lighter, or you ain't got no, it's all the see special fried rice is basically for Asian is leftover rice.
Yeah,
So it's dependent on what you have left in the house.
yeah.
So
Because
if
it's
you
the best.
you got eggs, then you got egg fried rice.
Well, see, the best thing about fried rice is that it's better when it's day old because some of the moisture is out of it and it's easier to fry. If you want to try to do it with same day rice, you kind of got to bake your rice in the oven a little bit to try to dry it out. And it don't hit the same.
So my favorite type of rice is sticky rice.
Oh, look, I got my Gunther jacket on too. I'm ready for this. You know, that says a lot about me. Maybe I am Booker T. All it took for Gunther to show up on LFG, disrespects of black people, and I become his biggest fan. What the hell is wrong with me? Get his ass, Gunther.
I love fired up Booker at the end though.
Yeah. Well, the one thing about Booker, he's going to champion for his people.
The hell you were in your feelings. I don't think I could be yelled at by Booker T because I'd start laughing.
You'll be Tyler May.
Yeah.
But you know what? They were so like their critiques were so spot on that I was like, man, I wish I had people in my job that could give me a critique that way. Like Tyler, like you're a freaking Olympic gold medalist. You should be doing more wrestling moves than what you're doing right now. Bailey, you were a base. Like she's getting better for her second match, but still. I can't take Jimmy seriously until he get better wrestling attire. Like
I know it looks like the stuff you wrap electronics in.
Yeah, I mean he's channeling the old outfits that like Naomi used to have, but when they first started off as the Usos. Like I need him to go back to where where he had a little bit more swag than this. Maybe he's fat.
He is. That's why he doesn't. That's why he doesn't wrestle. When's the last time you see him without a shirt on?
Hey, Gunther, take that advice. Take his shirt off and chop his ass. Chopper you. What the hell was that?
Oh, I think they still hurt if Gunther chops you.
That still sound like it hurt it.
Oh, that kid felt that one.
Put your fucking phones down. You're in the front row. You're never gonna watch the video again.
I've never ever rewatched the video I've recorded.
No, that's why I stopped recording. I take a picture and I keep it moving. And then I also, okay, go ahead, London fan.
I only record video at Eve because some of them retweet it and use it.
That's different because you're like on the payroll there, Manny. You're like an underboss that you don't know. You're like an unassociated executive producer. That might be the slowest run I've ever seen.
That might be the worst dive of the week.
I think it was. It had no spirit behind the run. He kind of just fell out the ring. He ain't Brody King.
I mean, he ain't no Hank or whoever it was last week.
That was Hank. That was Hank, Manny. And I hate myself that I enjoyed that dive that much, but that was a hell of a dive.
Come on, Eric, he landed. He landed. Who lands on the table?
I told Marcus, I was like, oh my God, how about that dive? And he wasn't watching wrestling at that point. And I was like, why? First of all, I was upset that I was watching a Hank and Tank match because Only reason why I was watching the match is because I was on the phone with him and I didn't hit the fast forward button. Because when you fast forward, you got to pay attention. So I was like, since I'm on the phone, I can just have the match on in the background. And surprisingly, that tag match was a lot better than what it should have been.
Yep.
Damn, Jimmy fat. He ain't getting the same distance on the on his jump. That's his old age, man. He's losing his hops. I mean, I
What are you
can't do
doing?
that, but still.
I mean, I could. I wouldn't get any like distance on it.
Man, it'd be like,
I'll be the man that gravity remembered.
oh.
Oh, that clothesline was dirty.
JK might be right. His stuff is kind of inspired by and one. Wait, a pecan snicker? That just don't sound right at all.
Wait, and one. What was that? The basketball. The basketball.
Yeah, the basketball, because he got the big one and that kind of stuff look like that,
What was that? What was that? It was the street ball, wasn't it?
Yeah, the
And one.
professor. Skip to Baloo.
People love that shit, and then it kind of just fell off like feeler.
Well, because it was bad basketball at the end of the day. So you guys don't get commercials, huh?
No.
Damn.
I'm assuming at some point we will.
I didn't know that WWE had an official law firm.
WWE got weird sponsorships these days.
They're taking their money the way that they can, man. Since they can't sell them tickets. You got more dick in your promo than in your jorts. It has already made it to Complex, man. I did love the fact that
man,
Ja.
wrestling's hot again. So of course it's gonna make it to Complex.
I do love the fact that Ja was literally just cutting a promo of himself, of everything that people said about him.
I know, right?
Which I thought was a very ingenious promo right there. And to the credit of WWE, I think they've done a pretty good job of keeping the momentum. I don't think that tag match was the worst thing ever.
No.
It kept the crowd energized because they gave hometown people, they told a story. And I think that, moving to Gunther versus Jimmy is a very good match.
Well, Rob, there isn't anything that I get commercials on at the moment on Netflix, but I would assume going forward, WWE or Netflix would start selling the Space Sport advertisement, and we should get commercials. But I think I'm on the higher paid bracket anyway that I don't get commercials in the first place. Oh, he slapped him again.
Yes.
Oh, super kick to the stomach.
Mm.
Oh, he gave him a German. Oh, God, you're giving too much away. Destroy him now.
I'm going to say that my favorite line, Manny, my favorite line. Gunther's not protecting his size right now. I'm very upset by this.
But what I learned from LFG was he really sells the babyface to make their comeback worthy.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
Troy's dropkick was. I think he might have the highest dropkick in the game right now.
Oh, that dropkick was beautiful. Two-legged, perfect jump. It was almost as good as Hardcore Holly's.
Man, I'm not gonna. You know what? You're right. We're not gonna disrespect Hardcore Holly. He had a great dropkick.
He had a great dropkick.
And Hardcore Holly was pretty much a less popular version of Bully Ray.
I would also say a less successful Bully Ray.
I'm gonna also point out that I think that I did notice that when I was watching a lot of the matches that they weren't going for covers. Like
Yeah,
they
and
forgot about that little aspect of wrestling.
that's what they kept pointing out.
It's like you got to kind of act like you want to win.
Yeah, you got to act when you're the face. You got to look for the desperation and try and win, trying to get a winner anyway.
Like right now, like Gunther's toying with him, but at least he did go for the win.
He's toying with him, but he's doing it on
Oh
purpose. He
shit,
wants to hurt him. Oh,
Betty, I'll tell you this right now. Don't chop me in my back, cause you don't know the chop is coming to the back. At least in the front, you can brace yourself. Oh,
you be dead. You be dead.
oh, I did not expect that hit him.
Well, Jey Uso is coming out.
They somebody hit the button accidentally. So in other words, he's about to whip up Jimmy's ass, right? I know Marcus hate the Velcro, but the Velcro helps you put the belt on so much quicker.
It also sits on people a lot better. You can put it on tight.
Yeah, I don't know what Gunther was doing. That man slapped you last week. Choke him out with your belt on too.
Uso. Jay looks tired already. Gunther's running away.
I don't know if I can do that. Because I'm trying to figure out how to eat more protein to be more healthier. Lose weight. And I guess cottage cheese is something that is good. And I just don't like cottage cheese.
I don't like cottage cheese.
And I don't think I like people who like cottage cheese either. I just don't. I just judge you. So Manny, I'm glad that you don't like cottage cheese because I might
I
have had
don't
to
like
walk
cottage
off this
cheese
live watch along if you did.
because it leaks. First off,
It looks like curdled sour cream. Like I
yeah,
just don't want it.
the thing is, sometimes do you know when things what's it? There's an oil layer to it as well,
Mm-hmm.
and then it separates. I'm like, ugh, or it congeals. I'm like, oh, I don't need any of this.
Is Wale Mania gonna be on Netflix?
What?
Because
Wally?
Wale Mania.
I don't think it's gonna.
Yeah, because
It's
Samantha.
never a part of WrestleMania. It happens during WrestleMania week.
No, but Samantha Irving just posted Samantha the Bomb. Netflix presents Wale Mania. Does that mean that they're sponsoring, or will it be on Netflix?
I'm assuming it'll be on Netflix.
Somebody could have got Bianca a sewing machine.
Hey, Rio's on Raw.
Rio?
British Rio.
Oh. Manny, did you see the real NBA fight in yesterday?
No.
Once again, Detroit.
Why does everything happen in Detroit?
Because Detroit is about that life, man. So, Manny, let me ask you this question. I guess Bully Ray and Dave LaGreca gave their Mount Rushmore in professional wrestling, and then Mark Henry just posted the picture: Hulk Hogan, Steve Austin, Roman Reigns, John Cena.
Those would be the ones that probably have made the most money in their time,
Mm.
which is respectable. But these Mount Rushmores are so difficult to judge because because it's always preference of something. It's never like who made the most money, who did this. So when you say your Mount Rushmore, you're already limiting it to 4,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's so vague because sometimes it's someone's personal preference. So, like, say if you did like a certain wrestler, they're probably gonna make your list.
Mm. Oh, it's back on. You did right. You did right. You get his ass. And Manny, I'm all about. I was about kicking their ass with the belt on.
That's it, 'cause they get your heat back. Eric, you could have got there's a guy in the corner wearing a cape.
What the
Right there.
hell? With
Right
the
there.
mask?
There's a guy wearing a cape.
With
He's wearing
goggles?
he's wearing a face mask. Eric, I've met this man before at Eve shows. His outfit seems outrageous on TV. It's even more outrageous in person.
Oh, did Marcus tell you the story about the idiot that tried to bring a flag into the arena when we went to Revolution with a stick on it?
No.
Let me see if I can find the picture. Oh, I told you we killing Jimmy tonight. Oh wait,
He's
he's
still
trying to kill
Jay.
Jay.
Jay knows all about being zip tied and handcuffed. He's gouging his eyes.
Oh, he go zip tie and watch him destroy his brother. That's exactly what I would do. That's the technique I'm gonna go with.
Oh, fuck Jimmy up. Fuck Jimmy up.
You know what? I'm glad that they sacrificed Jimmy for this because it gives more meaning to this match.
Jimmy ain't making it
Damn.
to WrestleMania now. Jimmy might have to
You
make the
know,
list.
I need to tell Jay right now that looking from his back, he looking like me right before my belly started coming. You got to get rid of the visceral fat, man. You got to get rid of the visceral fat.
It's hard, man, getting rid of those love handles.
He probably still drink.
Even Gunther's got those love handles. It's hard to get rid of them.
Manny, how do you delete chat comments?
Which comment is it?
The cheap viewers one?
That's on Twitch. You don't have to worry about that.
Oh. Oh, my contract didn't allow for me to be on Twitch.
Yeah, we're streaming on my Twitch.
Manny, I'm just playing. I don't have a contract at all. My likeness, man.
Yeah, likeness.
Why is Jimmy getting the ring? He can roll under the ring and stop his ass whooping. Manny, I want this to be the breakaway zip tie to show that he's so angry that he broke the zip tie. He need to dangle it like Roman dangled it. Do it for me, Gunther.
Oh, Jimmy bladed hard. Just the dripping one, the dripping blade.
He took a lot of aspirin. Damn, he put a big ass gash up in there.
No, that's hair.
Oh, it looked good though.
Now put him in a half crab and make him watch. Oh, oh, he's massaging the blood into his chest.
Damn,
He
he
tasted
tasted
it.
it. Yes, fight over the dead body. Yes. Ah.
Jay, you ain't saving him. Jay, you ain't saving him.
Betty, but Betty, why he's like, come here? What he gonna do?
Now, if someone played the Titanic music over this, it'd be beautiful.
Damn, Gunther. Okay, Gunther covered in blood is even better. It's like,
Hey, this is the thumbnail tomorrow. It has to be.
Manny, I didn't think they were gonna be able to do it, but I think they're matching the energy. Can they save the women tonight? Gunther done lost his goddamn mind.
Well, EO, and Rhea are gonna put on a show. It's just how bad is the stipulation of having a special guest referee?
That man looked like he was working at the slaughterhouse.
Look at all these failed wrestlers in the ring. Jamie Noble, the
Jamie Noble had my
Hurricane.
favorite moment last week. I because he's so country. Tell him, Michael. He got his hand on his hip. He upset.
Gee, the worst part is he's as tall as
Yeah.
these two standing up. Go on, Wade, stand up. Stand up and make him look dwarfing. Would you wear circular glasses like that man behind Pat?
No, my head is too big for that. I don't want to be fat Morpheus. I just don't. So Manny, this is the guy who had his flag on a big ass branch. The branch was 6 feet tall. He was walking around waving this one. It was like a Bullet Club flag that he wrote other stuff on top of it. And they wouldn't let him into the arena, of course. And so he was trying to get his flag off of the stick. Just I just don't know what's wrong with people.
You didn't have to take the picture of him.
Oh, I did. I did. And I did as I walked by like this, Manny. I'm upset that I didn't take the picture when I saw it with the big branch. Like I told Marcus Brown, I was like, this guy ain't getting into the arena. Yeah, JK, he did have that angry black grandma hand stencil there that you know you about to get your butt whooped and not get no
If Michael
from
Cole,
her
if
purse.
Michael Cole did that to me, I ain't getting nothing happened to me. My dog's sad. The more I hear Seth, the more justified I feel like he is.
I mean, he Betty, the man is speaking truth. It's not even his truth, but like the sad part about like the relationship between Roman and Seth is that you always have the picture of John Moxley in there, and it's like it just you kind of wish it was just more of their history because without
Yeah,
Mox, it's just that extra layer that's not there.
I feel like Mox has to go back just to finish this off.
I don't think he ever will though.
I don't think he will, but money talks. Like he's got a kid.
I don't know why this was so emotional for no reason.
What your dream? Can you hear me properly?
Yeah,
No. So what normally happens to me when I have the dog on my lap to my audio?
nothing that I know of. I mean, it's a little bit harder, but because I have the wrestling up higher right now.
Ah, okay.
I love Seth's frustration of being so angry about. He's also in the main event. You see, he's also getting that payday. That's the part I didn't get to see.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't get to see him bend the knee.
I saw all of this.
Yeah, like my DVR stopped.
The hell is this favor? What is this favor?
Do you like the fan fiction of Seth becoming aligned with Paul Heyman and turning on everybody?
That'd be great. It would add so much more to Seth because Seth is so dull right now.
But I do like the fact that Seth has, like, on the European tour, he has toned down his goofiness some.
He's turned down the goofiness, but the only thing really he's got going for him is the song. That's it at the
Yeah,
moment.
but the thing about like it's a slow, gradual resort back. Like his suits each week is getting less and less more goofy.
I think he's got to get serious for this, suddenly.
And I think that you could still make money with Seth in the right position.
You
All,
can.
all you need is a baby bottle right now. The dog looks like it needs a bottle. It's
You should see
cradled.
the way she's looking at me. You actually should see the way she's looking at me.
I know, man. Look, oh.
You got the paw. You got the paw on the arm.
Yeah, Maddie, you got attachment issues.
Hey, I told you I'm a needy motherfucker.
I clearly, and the dog knows it's, you need it.
And dogs are just as needy. Not just this one. Dogs are just as needy. Therefore, I need to get myself a dog.
Yeah, but the worst part about this dog right here, this one ain't loyal. Like as soon as the owner comes back in, don't know you no more.
Nah, she'll remember me.
But you don't get the attention that you once got.
Yeah, but Eric, I'll start singing the song from Coco. Remember me when it's hard to say goodbye.
Oh, I missed this.
Yeah, you miss Penta.
That's what Dom get for thinking that Penta was going. Oh shit, Finn and Penta's gonna be a fire match if they fight tonight.
Apparently, it's going to be a fatal four-way at WrestleMania for the IC title.
Okay,
Dom, Finn, Penta, and
Ron.
Bron Breakker.
That makes
Yeah.
sense. Finn is also one of those people that kind of like Seth. He's just like needs to, you know what? Can I just tell you, Raquel Rodriguez wears clothes meant for people with breasts.
No, Raquel Rodriguez wears clothes that are meant for Damian Priest.
That too. That too. Well, I know that's not the real Hulk Hogan because he wouldn't be here because I'm here.
Finn is one of those.
Bailey and Lyra.
Yeah, that's gonna end up being a tag match at WrestleMania, I believe.
I
Don't
guess you
ask.
got. I guess you got to go to the bathroom for some reason.
Don't ask. It happened.
Damn, Bailey and Lyra.
Yeah. Now here he comes.
Spin it! Spin it! Spin it! Spin it! Yeah! Love it!
Do the walk. Do the walk.
Yeah. Manny, do you think they're gonna be able to do justice for his brothers that Joe Tessitore just put all his business out there?
Joe Tessitore should have shut the hell up.
But can I be honest? I don't like Braun Breaker teaming up with Penta because Braun Breaker's a bad guy. He's not a good guy.
He's a badass, Eric. He's not a good guy. He's not a bad guy. He's a badass.
Oh, Penta by much. Now, if Lexus had a spinny thing on his chair, maybe, but he don't. And honestly, I'm very disappointed in Lexus King since he's become the Heritage Cup champion. I, for one, miss the Heritage Cup rules. I enjoyed those stupid matches for whatever reason.
Eric, no, they took too long. They always took too long. That was the biggest skippable match. You could skip about 20 minutes of NXT when that was on.
Well, you have to understand, Manny, I never watched NXT UK. So I'm just saying.
That wasn't the good things about NXT UK. The Heritage Cup was never one of the good things about NXT UK.
No, I got a package coming today, so if I have to run down and get the door, Manny, just know that.
All right.
They email me, but they don't text me, which annoys me.
I got no packages coming anytime soon.
Well, because you bought the mini, Manny.
You saved that money. You know, I've read so much since having that mini.
I mean, that's good, though. I mean, because you're getting value out of it.
But then I check my average screen time for that device, 45 minutes, which is like average, which is good.
Manny, you would be proud of me of getting value out of stuff. Yesterday, I used 4 different cameras. I was very proud of myself.
Why?
Well, the circumstances presented themselves where I had to use 4 different cameras. Because I was just grabbing. Huh?
How?
I saw opportunities where pictures needed to be taken, and I grabbed the first camera that was closest to me.
Yes, I'm aware that this is ridiculous.
Wes, I'm not falling for Switch 2 tomorrow because first of all, I really enjoyed a little bit that I heard from their direct where they talk about you can loan digital games to people. That seems really cool, like if they're in your family.
No, it seems complicated, right?
Huh?
It seems complicated.
Oh, it's complicated, but I think it's a good start. But when Switch 2 comes out, all the old games that I wanted to play on Switch 1 are going to be cheaper, and I can go buy those.
Switch 2 is just the announcement, right?
I think it's just the announcement of what it's supposed to be and stuff like that.
It's just a Nintendo Direct talking about it. It's not anything else other than that, I don't think. Right?
I don't think so. It'll probably give you the release date.
Yeah, and you're looking at like September, I'm assuming.
And I think the price point is going to be ridiculous again.
No, I don't think it's going to be ridiculous.
Do you think it's going to stay? It might be $100 more, maybe about
I think it'll be the price. I think it's the price of the current OLED plus maybe 100 on top of it.
Because it's the OLED, what, $349?
Yeah, maybe about 449.
which should have been the version. Oh
Which is
shit!
what you would assume would you consider inflation and all that other stuff and it going up.
Damn, the OLED is at Walmart for 274, so it's 341 on Amazon.
Yeah, so I would assume anywhere between 450 to 500.
Well, I think they might operate it at a loss, and they might make it a cool 399.
They would not for a lost Nintendo.
Yeah, but they'll make it up on their games because they'll just charge more money on their games. Yeah, I
But
think
again,
I think me and Rob are right. It has to be 400.
but again, I think I picked up the Switch to play again last week. I maybe played for 5 hours playing WrestleQuest again.
Oh, you love that game, huh?
Yeah, it's just a fun story to go through.
You
But
know, I should turn it on because I did buy it.
yeah, it's a good game. But the only thing with it is I don't have the patience to for those things anymore. Like I'm not gonna carry it outside. I'm not gonna.
Well, did you get the OLED?
Yeah,
Yeah. So, Manny, that was thing is like I know that the system is portable, but it's not really portable. That's why they wanted you to buy the Switch Lite.
I was like, I'm never gonna carry this outside. It's too big.
And so like you know how when they made the virtual cartridges, that was
Yeah,
more so for people who had multiple Switches rather than like actually giving to your friends.
I live in a city, so basically that'll get snatched out of my hands if I even try to play that outside.
No, but I agree. The OLED is just too big to get, but the Switch Lite is great to carry. And I
Mm,
thought about selling my Switch Lite, but because it's a Pokemon Legendary Edition, I was like, yeah, I got to keep this.
I was gonna get the Zelda Switch Lite.
That's a
Called
beautiful
Zelda.
Switch.
It's a beautiful Switch.
My favorite Switch gimmick one was then what's the game that I always say I need to play but I haven't played?
It's a load of.
It's a strategy game. The Three Houses. That's
Oh, Fire Emblem.
yeah, Fire Emblem. The Fire Emblem Switch is blue. It was beautiful.
Fire Emblem is such a good game. It's just it's too
What
long to play.
Manny, let me just understand that the issue with Fire Emblem that I have is that I need to play it the right way with permadeath,
No,
but
I've never played like that.
but in myself, I can't do it because like I can't feel responsible for people dying. It's just it's like, how did I lose this guy?
No, Eric, I need bodies when I play this game. I don't play like a. I don't play properly. There's no strategy on how I play this game.
Yeah, so you just let people, so you don't build up the connection at the school and stuff with people. Huh? He was like, if they die, they die.
Yeah, but like I don't put permadeath on.
Oh, so they come back. But I think
Yeah,
that's
but
the
I
way you
haven't
have to
played that game.
play.
I haven't played that game in so long.
PS4 level tech. I mean, pocketable. I still think the best handheld ever was the PSP.
Oh, like that was years before its time.
Yeah. Like that screen was so beautiful. And Luminous without saving was like one of the best games ever.
The best games I ever played on it were NFL Street,
Hmm.
NBA Street on there. I just love those games.
Twisted Metal was fun for me.
And I learned how to play poker on one of these SmackDown versus Raws because you could play Texas Hold'em with WWE superstars.
I really got turned on Baldur's Gate. I really do. Maybe I'll do that today. But once I turn it on, then that'll be my whole life.
I've got back into F1.
Makes sense. I mean, when I told Marcus that Lewis Hamilton won for his new Ferrari team, he was like, "Who's that?" I was like, "Damn, Marcus, you just don't know."
No, he won the sprint race, which isn't really a proper
Oh, it's not a real
race.
race. Oh well, As you know how people build it, he won the race, and I was like, oh wow, he won an F1 race already. So Manny, I know you're into F1. Who is your favorite car manufacturer? Who you think makes the best vehicles?
Uh, well, it's not who makes the best vehicles because F1 is kind of like a bit like NASCAR, where you have all the you have all the same car. It's just how you tune it and how you put the parts
Okay,
you.
so who tunes car? Like, do you prefer Mercedes, Ferrari? I don't
I
know
kind
who
of
else is
like
there.
McLaren.
A McLaren, but isn't McLaren a subdivision of Mercedes?
Yeah, it kind of is, but like they have different teams on F1. Red Bull across all sports is pretty good.
Hmm. Baby Oscar. Do you regret not having a will to play your F1?
No, because if I had a wheel, Eric, I would want
I
the
mean, you
whole
already got the
pedal.
chair. You want the pedal and everything?
Eric, I want the rig if I'm gonna do some
Oh.
shit like that. And then I
Um,
do that, I'm never gonna get out of that chair.
there's only one sports game that I think I buy now, and that's college football. I hate to see how many hours I put in college football. I think it's over 200 and some
You know,
hours.
I've never actually played that mode on college football.
What the dynasty mode? Like
Yeah, I
the
never played it.
man, you don't
I
have the
just
patience for it.
I don't have the patience for it. I played the My Player on it and then transferred it over into Madden. No reference to anything you did in college at all. I'm like, forget this game.
That's the worst. I'm trying not to buy Road to the Show. I'm trying not to.
If you get Xbox, I told you Game Pass, you don't have to pay for it.
Yeah, but then I have to go hook up my Xbox again. I should just sell my Xbox.
Evening. Oh, did I miss anything? Yes,
Yeah,
you missed John Cena and Cody,
it's
and
it.
you missed Gunther killing Jimmy Uso.
Let me just say, I think so far this has been a very solid beginning to Monday Night Raw, and it could be because I'm watching it with somebody, but still, I think I've been 75% paying attention to the show,
Yeah, we
which is,
haven't really spoken about food or tech
and I keep it
completely.
respectable at commercials. I think this is probably the first match that we probably really was like, whatever.
Yeah, because it's one of those throwaway matches that you don't necessarily care, and you just wait for the ending of this one because that's where the story comes from.
It's an AEW match. For all my fans out there, yes, I gave you the AEW hate that I'm known for.
My fans, for all my fans out there. If you're an Eric fan, can you just please state in the chat?
Ready? It's gonna be silent. Let me hold on.
You can't use the sharpshooter gun. You're gonna have to log it in yourself, or you're gonna have to get a Sharpie wife to do it for you. The haters arrived in full effect. AEW,
I gotta keep it legit, man. Betty, did you see that Natty gave me new material? Did she
no,
post it?
wait, the gold thing.
Natty gave me new material. Did she post
He's
it?
listening to, he's watching the show, people. No, 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 no.
Okay, there you go. There you go. Damn right, I did
Eric
that.
Smith is a fan of Eric.
I must point out the delay is not as much as I thought it would be.
No, it's got better.
This is hilarious, but I appreciate the protected broad breaker size. Oh shit!
Oh damn.
Is Dom's neck okay?
The dogs are barking in London.
Do you think WWE has done right by Braun Breaker, Manny?
No, they
You think he
started
should?
to.
You think he should be in a more prominent role or something like that?
Yeah, I feel like his road to WrestleMania being the IC champion should be wrapped up by now. Like he should have a match and everything.
You know what, Kane? You're right. I've been watching LFG, and I know you should believe in what you say, or no one else will. Yes, I am very passionate about what I say. If you can't say it with confidence, you shouldn't say it at all. I'm a firm believer in saying it with your chest, and my chest is ample because of soy milk. I,
I want to try almond milk.
let me tell you why almond milk is a problem. It's too thin. Like it messes up all the texture. And not all almond milk is created equally, so some of them gives a taste that I can't get over. I have to do my hit today or go to
Can
the
you
gym.
pause for a second?
Huh?
I don't think anyone's ever described almond milk the way you just did. Not all almond milk is created equally.
They're not. Oh,
Oh, Bender got speared. Bender got speared.
I do love the delayed reaction of Penta with his ribs being hurt. Um, Kane, I agree with you. I think the slow build of Braun is proper. I don't want him to be rushed to the top because there's no room up there for him.
No, but I have a problem with this. There's so many times in WWE. I haven't really noticed it in AEW. But you know that strike when the iron when iron is hot.
Yeah,
Kind
strike
of.
when the iron is hot. Yes.
I feel like sometimes WWE don't pull the trigger too quick enough. Sometimes, like if you go back to, do you remember that year Roman Reigns won the Royal Rumble
Yes.
and he was booed the hell out, and they sent The Rock out to try and ease those boos. Had they pulled the trigger on him to win it the year before, he'd have been cheered the hell out. They were all over that for Roman to win the Royal Rumble the year before that happened. I feel like WWE don't pull the trigger sometimes, and they let it fester. They let it leave a little bit too long, and then the moment pass.
But in 2025, they turned over a new lease and they pulled the trigger for Jay. And I can't say that it's worked out.
He's got a signal again.
Ain't nothing like when you use a doctor's note and it goes against you.
I don't know why this is still going on.
I don't know why she got a necklace like that.
Eric, I looked into getting a chain like that
With
with
the
an M.
butterfly?
With it, not with a butterfly, with just an M dangling from the chain.
Her and Natty. Natty tried to get the WrestleMania.
Yep. Nando, shut the fuck up.
Betty, Undertaker's simpleness on LFG has me enjoy this. Oh, that's it right there. Like, what are you talking about, Undertaker?
Thing is, we look at him like a crazy old man, but sometimes the stuff he comes up with is like, yeah, it makes sense. Because we laughed at that, yeah, boo thing, but
Yeah.
the more it happens, the more I go for it now.
Yeah. No, but it's funny. Like everybody has their like. Bully is the grumpy old person, just grumpy for no reason. Booker T is the over the top arrogant, cocky. He just can't shut up. Undertaker is the sensible old man who's just done with it, and Mickey's the mother figure who now is fed up because she tired of losing.
Kane said he binged LFG yesterday, and I have to say, Eric, I think he's earned the handshake.
Oh, man, I didn't know we did handshakes anymore. I thought we stopped
No,
doing
no, no, because of Bully Ray. He
Oh,
said he don't
oh
shake
yes,
people's hands.
out of respect.
Yeah, I respect.
But she deserved that handshake, man. She got out there and did what she needed to do.
Do you know what? I didn't like her till this episode.
I agree. I couldn't stand her. I thought she was a way. It was Chris, then her.
Yeah. I've started to not like Shiloh too. I feel like he's being shoved down my throat.
I think they're trying to shove Shiloh because I think that he's probably one of the people that are more farther advanced
Yeah.
compared to like Evander's son and the girl who cries a lot.
Lee,
No, not the Asian girl who has a look.
the Australian,
The little Australian one who has a look
Oh,
too,
I
but
can't, I can't
she's
stand her because she also looks like a Rhea Ripley ripoff when she's in gear.
yeah, yeah, she does. But like she's just so it's just one of those things where she's so young and she's so emotional that like she could not handle Gunther talking to her the way that Gunther was talking to other people.
Mm.
So it's like one of those things where like I think it was like you could tell like how the show was produced, in my opinion. You can tell who they think highly of on the show because they were featured to be dealt with by Gunther. I think
Yeah.
Jasper might be the farthest along.
I think Jasper's going to be one of those that stay in NXT for a very long time.
Yeah. I think he has to just shake the emotional where he can take criticism and not have it be as personal as he makes it out to be.
Kane. That's the person we're talking about. Jasper
Yeah.
Troy.
And then I also appreciate Gunther let him know. So you thought you was big enough to disrespect Punk like that? It cut a promo on him. I was like, yeah. He's like, man, couldn't promos, can't even back it up in the ring yet. I was like, yeah, that's a point.
I did kind of want to see BJ Ray square up against Gunther.
Gunther would have chopped him. But like when I was looking at Gunther and looking at Jasper, I was like, down the line, that could be a money match. Because they like he's just as big as Gunther is.
Yeah.
Now, DDP is nice.
They're working on signature moves.
Oh, signature moves. Oh, that's dangerous.
I don't think Michelle McCool should be the next season judge. She
I don't
hasn't
think
achieved
I don't think so
anything
either.
in comparison to Mickey.
So, Manny, what do you think about the Asian girl?
She's got a look.
Yeah.
That also, I don't want to sound like I'm tooting for my people, but there isn't enough Asian people outside of Japanese wrestlers
Yeah.
in wrestling. So she will stand out. She'll stand out. I think she needs to get out of her head.
Oh, Betty, were you sitting in the room with Shantae and I when we was having this conversation?
She's too
And
hesitant.
Kathy got the glasses; she can see again. Tell her, Penta. Oh, his mama.
He getting the 3 points today, Eric. He's getting the 3 points. Yeah, I think she's too hesitant in the ring. She's definitely not ready, and you can tell that. But with some polish and stuff, you could have something there.
No, she's what they wanted Xia Li to be, like she there's something about her that makes you look at her and you'd be like, okay,
Yeah.
I get it. But like you said, you could tell that she's in her head. Now AJ speaking, hold on. He looks weathered today.
AJ's wearing a very old Phenomenal One shirt. Oh, this is gonna be a waste of time.
Do you like the pairing of Logan and AJ?
I mean, there is no one else that no one currently of worthy caliber for Logan to go against.
I mean, I think their in ring styles match, and I'm glad that Logan is not going for gold or anything like that. I really
He is
don't like
dressed
this
like
guy,
a
but I
thug
think that's the
from
whole
early
purpose.
2000s. He's dressed like B-Rad, actually.
Yeah, like if they linked up Logan Paul with the dude from LFG, they would be a perfect pair together. BJ,
Yeah.
and then you
I
could
really
throw,
want to see him wrestle though, because I reckon he can go, Eric. I reckon that kid can go.
and then you throw Manny in there with his wig, and it's a set game set match.
You know, I really love that wig.
I know you do, Manny. I saw your happiness and how many pictures you posted. I must say, I
I
was
just
kind of,
won.
I must say, I was kind of fond of my wig too, and it's right
On
there.
the
I could throw it
story, I
off.
think Marcus did two of them. Because it wasn't me on
Oh,
the sharpshooter thing. I reposted your actual post because one of those pictures was fire. The one with the one with the holding up the chain.
yeah, yeah. That's my favorite picture. So normally when I post pictures, my favorite picture is sandwiched between two other pictures
Why don't you put the main the one you like as the main picture?
because I like to make people work for it. I know, Manny. I don't care about engagement. It's more for my own
It's
excitement.
not about engagement. It's about how many people actually scroll through that shit.
Manny, there was a lot of people that scrolled through that shit, and I was shocked. It's right here, just ready.
Was that itchy? Oh, you had the do rag underneath it,
No,
didn't
it's
you?
not as itchy as it could be. It's just that you really can't see the sideburns that's supposed to be there.
That's why I still have the sideburns for my beard. That's why that thing kind of worked.
Chantel, you trying to smoke me out? She went and turned the heater on. Damn. I hope she don't light a
Don't be
match.
that cold where you are at.
No, it's not, but
This is a really bad segment.
I haven't paid attention.
This is such a bad segment.
I mean, I think at the end of the day, you can argue and say that both AJ and Logan don't deserve a match at WrestleMania. So, like, they could have scrapped this.
Yeah. This segment is ridiculous.
Like, all of a sudden, we care about they got daughters.
I got a dog. No one cares.
I got a cat.
His cat went on trial and lost. Still one of my favorite segments of the of the was it 4 years we've been doing this on video?
Okay. The cat trial.
Cat trial is my favorite segment we've ever done.
Well, because we had exhibits, man.
It wasn't even the exhibit, Eric. It was how everyone played their role perfectly.
Because, Manny, we kept it real.
No, and even Shantae came on sounding distraught. Oh, did you watch the actual Nintendo Direct last week?
No.
Pokemon game looks so good.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I still need to go play all my old Pokemon games.
You haven't played any of them?
I turned them on, and so Icarus, whatever it is, what's how you say it? That game made me feel really bad. It made me realize that I was enslaving people. Like these Pokemons
Well,
out there in the
Arceus.
woods just
I
doing
don't
what
like
they
Arceus.
huh?
I didn't like Arceus. 'Cause I wanna just use my money and spend it on Pokeballs. I don't wanna have to go around looking for things to craft them.
Yeah. Manny, I'm gonna tell you this right now. I think this altercation probably would have been better received in Minneapolis.
Yeah, it's also ticker material. I'm broke too. He pointed at me.
I'm broke.
Yeah. You got a front row seat. Logan Paul's now calling you poor. Oh, Logan's gotta get something on him. Ugh. I think we're at main event time now, Eric,
Really?
after this.
Really? Damn,
Yeah,
it goes
Raw's normally about 2.5 hours, so, like, it'll be entrances, 5 minute of match maybe,
okay.
and then
I'll tell
commercial
you this,
break.
Betty. It goes a lot quicker when you're watching it with somebody.
Yeah, but
This
that's
is
like pay-per-views.
this has probably been the worst segment the entire night. And Coffee and them and they tag match was better than this.
Yeah.
Right
We
now,
stopped paying
this has been
attention
the
during this.
bottom. I would say then the fatal, the wasn't a fatal, the tag match with Braun, Penta, and them was
Yeah,
right there. Then it would be Coffee, and then everything else has been really good. I thought that they sold me on WrestleMania with John Cena and Cody, and then Gunther and Jay.
yeah. Well, Jay got Jimmy got murdered this week.
And I think anybody who's been watching wrestling for a long time, you saw him about to be murdered. Yeah, Kane, you kind of showed up for the bad part of Raw. I hate to tell you that.
At least he showed up.
Oh wait,
That's
yep, bad
hilarious.
part.
Oh, is she challenging Bailey?
Well, at least it was a better pro one than she normally does. I felt some conviction.
Yeah, but it's backstage.
And then they used Jackie Redmond, not even Kathy, so you know it's pre-taped.
Would you ever go to this?
Nope. Man, I don't like people. And let's be honest. I can I can barely tolerate some wrestling fans, but now wrestling fans that like to go to the club and party, I know I really couldn't stand them. I just want to go someplace and eat.
Yeah, I would do that. Sharpshooters after dark. I still haven't
Can't
got
really.
anyone confirmed for the watch along.
You had a lot of volunteers, but no confirmations yet, huh?
No confirmation. I don't think anyone. You know what to do. You either email the inbox, or you email me. Which name? Oh, it's Ryan after Raw. Was the
Which was actually very well produced by Marcus, and Marcus is still salty that Ryan quit, like he does everything else.
I feel like Marcus would have found like it being too much effort to put that out.
I think Marcus has got to use his creative editing skills that he likes to do sometimes, and
Well, this has gone back to normal time, so I don't have to watch this live. I can skip through it.
I Betty. So where do you stand on El Grande Americano? Because I know a lot of people hate it that
I
I've
don't
read.
care. I
Huh?
don't care enough to hate it.
People were like, I can't believe they're wasting Chad Gable. I'm like, it's not like they were doing anything
He's
else
on
with Chad
TV.
Gable.
He's on TV. Not wasting Chad Gable when he's on TV and he's contracted. I guess wow.
Nah, I never see this
She
before.
wearing a suit. Oh no, wait. She wearing booty shorts,
She
knee
had to
high.
hand sew that shit. Practice on
Yeah,
how to be a
you tell
referee.
him, Wade.
Manny, I'll be right back.
She
I'm
puts the
going.
EST in guest.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick.
Okay, now you know it's gonna happen at some point. You know it's gonna happen at some point that they're gonna have Gable versus El Grande Americano. I don't know. Someone will. Wade said you're gonna cheat. They snitched on him.
Oh, I'm good. Uh-huh.
Nefarious refereeing. Eric, I
This
think
is
I'm gonna get rid of my AirPod Maxes, by the way.
your what?
I think I'm gonna get rid of my AirPod Maxes.
These?
Yeah.
Okay. Why?
Since I've had them, they've just been in a drawer.
So because uh, they're a difficult pill to swallow because like most people don't like to wear them out and open because like you know how much they cost. Um, but they're very good when I'm doing intensive like video editing or I want to focus and stuff like that.
Mm.
Um, I'm probably getting rid of these.
So I will probably only get rid of mine if they bring out a version 3.
Um, because once they released the Beats 2,
Yeah.
I was like, those are more for me because they hook around my ear and I don't have to worry about it falling out.
I'm one of the lucky ones, but these just sit perfectly in my
Yeah,
ear.
you have a good ear hole. You do. I don't.
But
Like no matter
yeah,
what tip I put in there.
it's getting also to the summer where you can't. I don't really wear over ear headphones.
Yeah, because it's hot. Wait, Kylie Ray is what WWE?
Yeah, she's got WWEID contract.
Oh, wow. Because she quit wrestling for a minute, right?
Yeah, for her own mental health. Which
Whatever happened
that's
with in
nice.
AEW with Jericho and them, right?
Oh no, that wasn't because of that. But I think like she's had a few breaks to either have a baby or for her
Oh,
mental health, which commendable. Like, yeah, in August you've got more European tour. SmackDown and Raw coming from Paris as well.
oh, Liv being a good girlfriend right now. Hype your man up.
Get it, Liv.
Yep.
Get it, Liv.
Nope. I don't feel like she should be wearing this outfit either. Mickey James
Who?
would be offended.
Nah, Mickey
Oh,
James. Her cheeks are covered.
they are, but it's still, you know what, too much movement, it won't be. It was
I
kind of
don't think
like
she's.
with
I don't think she's happy with Rio.
no, it was kind of like when Jada Parker was wearing her little bodysuit and did like it was like oh there when she attacked Jordan Grace. It's like yeah, she had to even have to pull it out. But I think Rhea and her cheeks is more about who she is. Like it's part of her character. Like oh, she's got shorts on today.
By the way, I've only just noticed. I posted some shorts, and the numbers are up, Eric. The numbers are up. We made but the shadow ban may be over.
JK, I don't think he's just collecting a check. I think on TV he might do it, but I think he's helping backstage with talent and stuff like that. So a part of me, Manny, this is awful. I kind of want Rhea to win. And that way, it's just Rhea versus Bianca. Nothing against EO. I kind of wanted the one-on-one match.
There's some bush shenanigans that are
I
gonna
know
happen
it's
with
gonna be
this.
shenanigans.
Did Marcus tell you the deal that got you out of,
I think he was supposed to buy you some John Cena gear.
yeah. Originally, I was gonna hold him against them. Go, oh, the Cena title. I want the WrestleMania 41 Cena title.
Damn, that's
And
that's
he's like,
that's
that's too
pretty.
expensive. I was like, well, how much do you value Eric?
Yeah, but I like the fact that he was gonna make a deal to get me released from my deal, but maybe it was just my way of saying I didn't want to go.
But the thing was that on the stream last week, I was like ready preparing of like telling people on the chat, if you wanna be part of the special Ricky watch along.
No,
Because I was like, I can't hold Eric. I was like, I can't hold Eric
first of all,
to not
Betty, I
to
knew
not
you were
go into this.
petty. I knew you were petty, but I was like, "There's no way in hell Betty would say, Eric, I'm gonna hold you to be on the show." It was just
No.
me really like, I just don't know if I really want to go.
And then I was just but the other reason I was like, I'm not even gonna go the even pettier route and go, this would be the first WrestleMania since the bullshit the madness that happened last year where I was watching WrestleMania whilst my dad was like
Yeah.
not in his correct mind. I was like, I'm not holding him to that.
No, I just think that for me, like I have the reason why I have such a hard time with this WrestleMania. I just don't like justifying the prices that they're charging. I think it's ridiculous. I just
Mm,
think it's to me, it's a disservice to wrestling fans. However, I know that they have a board of directors now. It's just like this is not UFC. It's totally different. Like,
yeah,
like the fact that there's children that can't go and attend their first WrestleMania because they've been priced out of it is sad. It's disappointing. Like the fact that nosebleed seats have always been about $100. And then, with a WrestleMania tax, what, 150, $200? Now we got nosebleed seats going for 350. It's just crazy.
yeah.
I mean, they're getting enough money from the Saudis. It's like, come on, man.
They stay wanting to do this though, that's the
Okay,
problem.
Manny, Bianca make me sick.
Why?
You see her six pack?
Yeah, what's wrong with it? It's
Her
WrestleMania
six,
season
no, her six pack might be on par with
with
Finn's
Finn.
six pack. With that's a good six pack.
You don't look real.
It don't, and you can't. And honestly, you can't have EO lose her win streak in this type of match. London loves EO, huh?
They love everyone.
Manny, that was the strangest Bedfellows match that you pictured that you said, or was that Marcus that sent it with Asuka, almost uh, Dragon Lee,
Dragon Lee,
and
R-Truth.
R-Truth.
I don't know what that was.
You know, I do love how when the wrestler is a referee, they're a lot more aggressive than regular referees.
Bianca's even got the earpiece in.
Yeah. She started her count kind of late. I like the little rabbit person right there. It is kind of crazy that there has not been a Chinese women's wrestler superstar.
Really?
Superstar, Manny. She was on the roster, but she
Still
never made it to
count.
that.
Still count. I just don't think there's a big market in
In
like
China.
a big I don't think there's ever like Chinese professional wrestling, like the big scene.
Do we even know what nationality the girl is on LFG?
She's Filipino and something like possibly Malaysian or something like that.
Okay. Has there outside of Batista, has there been any great Filipinos
What's your definition of great?
in wrestling, Eddie? Outside of Batista,
Yeah, but what's your definition of great?
let's say made it to the main roster and maybe challenged for a title.
TJP,
Okay, Shotzi,
Shotzi, the the one the one pretending to be a Mexican.
Zima Ion.
Yeah, and I think that's it.
Oh, that's not bad. That's
Well,
not bad.
Caden Carr.
Manny, I don't know what's going on with that one right there.
Kate, she was a former tag team champion.
She was no, but I'm just saying I don't really know where her career trajectory is going. I don't even think her and Damian Priest together anymore because they ain't pictures no more. Do you think they're gonna name? Because I don't know what the girl name is right now in LFG. It's not Jade, is it?
Who?
The Asian Filipino girl. Is it
No, it's
Jade?
Lee something.
Yeah. I need me a good Jade. What the fuck is this
No,
Rey
you ain't gonna
Mysterio
get another
mask?
Jade because you got Cora Jade and you got Jade Cargill. You don't get another Jade.
Manny. I don't expect Cora Jade to be on the roster by the time she get called up.
No, I tell you what, she might be called. You might get Jasmine.
Okay. Well, I don't expect Jasmine to be on the roster either.
No, I think Lee is gonna be called Jasmine or something Asian related.
Just don't call
Who
her
on Mortal
Katana.
Kombat we have one? What, Alistair Black?
Huh?
I think you got more than that, Kane.
What?
Representative from the Netherlands.
I think it's only Aleister Black.
No, I think there's more.
I remember Alistair Overeem, but he was a UFC fighter.
I think there's another one. Has to be. There can't just be one.
It can't too, Betty.
Uh, I'm not the one that talks about Dennis Bergkamp on his channel. Eric
Manny,
and Marcus and Ryan talk about Dennis Bergkamp.
Manny.
Yeah.
I just pulled up wrestlers from the Netherlands, right? Malachi Black is the only name that's recognizable. Have you ever heard of a Wim Ruska?
No.
Emil Sitoshi?
Nope.
Kenzo Richards?
No, but it feels like we should know.
And a black man named Rodney Glutner.
No.
Yeah. I think that Alistair might have the Netherlands, the Dutch wrestler on lock. Yeah, Kenny Dykstra.
Rob Van Dam could be considered. I would say that's close to being a Dutch surname.
Apparently, according to this one website that I don't know if it's accurate or not, Razor might be Dutch.
Oh, Razor.
Manny, why were people trying to be critical of our boy who sucked, who got let go, was a security guard who named it slipped my mind right now?
Von Wagner.
Von Wagner, about him being security. I was like, let the man work. He looks like a security guard.
He's still trash though.
Yeah.
Like he apparently he had a match on either Collision or ROH or what. It will always be trash.
Kane, I didn't
Never
know he was
rated
from
him.
the Netherlands. That's one of my favorite places to be. And during the World Cup, I attached myself to the Netherlands. I like Dutch
Because the
people.
Netherlands are fun.
Yeah.
They're fun to get behind in World Cups or European Cup competitions.
One of the photographers I had learned a lot from, Frank Doorhoff, is from the Netherlands. That's how I knew about Dutch people. Very friendly people. Oh.
There's a Dutch pancake place in I don't know if it's strictly London. It's a chain. Called My Old Dutch. So good.
Oh, EO messed
Oh,
up.
that did not look good.
What is a Dutch pancake, man? All these different pancakes are kind of throwing me off.
Well, it's a bit different from your traditional American pancake. I think these are more thinner.
Oh, almost like a crepe.
Yeah,
Okay. You know, Manny, do you like the Japanese cloud pancakes?
I've never had them. They look magnificent.
That's the fat man talking to you. You like they look great.
Eric, I may currently have this like slightly slimmed down version of me. The fat man still lives inside me. Whether he can eat that way anymore is another question.
So Manny, the fat man is in me, right? And currently I'm in my fat form again. But I'm going to do some exercise after this. I'm going to do some hit. However, I have learned that like when I try something and I don't like it, I stop eating it. I don't just finish it just because I did pay for it. So those Japanese pancakes, I think I just went to the wrong one. I did not care for them.
So I don't know if this is in the States, but on Uber Eats and just Uber, they do that thing where they combine it and call it Uber One.
Mm-hmm.
So you get money. So like on Uber Eats, if you order over a certain amount, you get free delivery.
Okay.
Um, so the minimum here is £15. So I always order myself something of worth £15 worth of food. I never finish it. It always goes to waste, and it's not because I'm just not eating enough. My stomach shrunk because I've just not been eating a lot anymore. So like anytime I try and eat, I get full of what I would regularly eat.
I think a lot of people don't realize about that. That it's a point like when you cut down in your eating and you eat slower, uh, you can't eat as much as you used to. You be like, damn, I can't do this no more.
You know.
And then you kind of sometimes be disappointed with yourself. But it's like, do I want a stomach ache or do I want to keep eating? This is like, you know what? I'm going to stop.
Well, I'm like that with lactose. I'll still eat it even and then face the repercussions.
Kane, for me, I am not the biggest fan of leftovers. I will take them, but like they're never the same as when you first had them. Like Manny can test for like a Big Mac fresh tastes a lot different from a Big Mac that you had that's been in the refrigerator.
Oh, I don't deal with McDonald's leftovers. They always
Yeah.
taste horrible. The only thing you can just about get away with is maybe the nuggets. You throw them
The,
back in the air fryer, they're good. They're just as good. But anything from like McDonald's or Burger King, they'll taste horrible when you. Oh, a headbutt from
yeah. I ain't never seen that before.
like maybe Chinese food pizza. You can do leftovers and they're okay.
Uh, a pasta is pretty good leftover, especially a baked pasta.
Depends. It depends. I think if you got like a tomato-based sauce,
Mm-hmm.
you can probably get a bit more out of it. But if you have like a white kind of white
Well,
sauce,
Manny, you might be shocked by this, but I'm not a cream based sauce kind of guy. I don't like cream based
yeah, I
sauce.
am. I'm both, but a cream one isn't gonna. You ain't gonna get much out of it the next day.
So you like you a good Alfredo, huh?
Not really. So I've really I make a kind of decent. It's not necessarily carbonara, but it's close enough. It's like a chicken and bacon pasta with a white sauce.
Do you put peas in there?
No,
I like me some peas in my carbonara.
I'm not really
Bianca
a fan
like
of
it was
peas.
too.
Not really a fan of peas.
Huh?
Sweet corn. Not a fan of peas. Sweet corn, on the other hand, love me some sweet corn.
Betty, sweet corn is a unnecessary carb that gives no nutritional value. It's a filler.
which is why my favorite pizza is chicken bacon and sweet corn.
Goddamn. Uh, so that was one of the best things that we had at the Love Chicken and Rib spot. They had a elote that they said that, oh, that's not one of the sides. You have to get that separately. We got it separately. All it was like a brine based corn of cob that was put on the grill. It was good, but it wasn't worth the extra money. It had no cojita, no nothing. I was like, man, it was sad.
I'd have to find some decent spots if I ever came to LA for food.
Some decent what?
Decent like food spots. Not
Oh,
the fine dining you go to.
no, Manny. I will take you to the park's finest.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
a
not a fine dining type of guy.
no,
Don't take
Manny.
me to any of those.
This is a Filipino run barbecue spot,
Oh,
dude. Dude, it's they have some stuff that like they incorporate a lot of the Filipino stuff
yeah.
in barbecue.
Bianca, you're taking a piss. You've taken beatings worse than that.
Manny, that's why I hate when there's a ref bump.
Disqualifier. Why is Eric so unprofessional for this? Because we're looking at barbecue.
But Manny, do you see the rice with corn in there? They know.
Don't do this to me on the show, Eric.
They have a ube flan.
You're gonna have to look at it
It
too.
was pretty good too.
Oh, they're fighting. Well, that mac and cheese looked good too, Eric.
Manny, the mac and cheese is good. It's real good. If you make it to LA, man, that's where we're going.
Look at the rice. Oh, this is fine. And
Mhm.
it's reasonably priced.
Yes. And if you come on
Oh, that's
Wednesday,
reasonably priced.
oh shit, they went up on the workers plate. It used to be $15. I mean, still for how much food you get for $20 is really good.
EO just took a horrible bump.
She EO's been really messing up a lot in this match. Oh shit.
Rhea disqualified him. She disqualified him. Bianca's a bitch.
Hey, Manny, I love that Marcus fought his way to come up to the watch along and get mad at professionalism. Hey, Manny is an audience that appreciates who I am.
What did he just text? I can't even read that. If you guys want to do a short review of the show and put it
Manny,
out
you're not
tomorrow,
supposed
I
to
might
spoil
do it
that.
easier to know myself. Huh?
I don't think he wants us to spoil that.
Why would we? Rhea's killing everyone.
I just don't understand why he just can't say let's take Tuesday off.
I know, it's weird. We've got content that can go out. If he doesn't
and
want to do
nobody
it.
gonna be upset if Tuesday. I mean, I think me and Manny did a very good watch along. The only people that get screwed is the people who listen to the audio, but you know, it is what it is.
Do you
If
know
you still,
what? If I was going to do a quick review of it, the last 2 nights in London, I'm kind of glad I didn't pay for any of it.
yeah, because it was only like good like Jay Gunther. I think my favorite segment. Then it's Cena Cody. I will point out I do like Bianca just saying "fuck this" and I'm going to disqualify this bitch.
And then Bianca just getting murdered.
I mean, I appreciate them trying to put the women in this position. I just don't think this was as strong as of an ending as it could have been with Cody and Cena, or even like if you would have ended Raw with Gunther, Jay, and Jimmy, I think that would have been a great way to end Raw.
That or Cody dropping Cena with the
Yeah.
crossroads and walking out. That would have been a good ending. This is more of a convoluted finish, so Adam Pearce needs to do something about it.
Yeah, like the thing is that Adam Fisher never made Bianca the special guest referee.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you're still going to get to the triple threat. And unlike the other two matches that they had where you had Cody and John Cena, like they made those matches seem important. Jay and Gunther, they made it seem important. This one still is missing that extra bit of seasoning.
Mm.
It's to me, this match is still right there where you have the AJ and
No, I think
Logan Paul.
this is a bit further ahead of AJ and Logan Paul. I I still care about this a little bit. I don't care about AJ and Logan Paul. AJ and Logan Paul hasn't done anything since Madison Square Garden, which was what, maybe 3 weeks ago. It feels like.
But would you say that you care more about the triple threat match for the simple reason because of the legacy that the three women who are participating in this feud have given you? Because I mean, Io is giving you bangers, Bianca's giving you bangers, and Rhea has given you bangers. So you know you have a little bit more of a longer rope with them than other people.
You could say that, but like I trust Logan Paul to have a good match with AJ Styles. It's just you just don't care about it. Like I care about AJ Styles, but I don't care about this match he's going into. I think AJ deserves better. Whereas like this triple threat on any other WrestleMania, you could probably say this closes out one of the nights.
You know, the show markers how professional we are. I'm going to revisit to what we said something earlier in the show where you point out that WWE, in your opinion, sometimes don't know how to strike when the iron is hot. I think that could be a little bit with Logan Paul. I think that Logan had a lot of momentum, but then it was a point where they didn't really know what to do with him after he lost his US championship. It was like he became very stagnant because he started doing a bunch of outside activities.
Yeah, but is that because of him? Is that because of WWE, or is that because of him and his outside activities? Because he is not a full-time wrestler; he's a
I
part-timer. So it's
I
kind of like
think
the situation with Edge
I
when
think
he
it's
was in
kind of
WWE.
it falls on WWE because you signed him to that contract, and
Yeah.
maybe you shouldn't have made him a champion at that point so quickly if you can't use him to his full potential. Because I don't think that having spot starts of Logan Paul will make the audience care about him. I think
Mm.
for me, I think his outside activities kind of make me just have more disdain for him than anything else, which I think is fine because I'm not supposed to like everybody. But
Well,
it's
you're not
like,
supposed to like Logan Paul either.
no. Oh, I think my microphone came out. It's kind of like on SmackDown where they finally tried to do something to make Drew and Damian Priest someone interesting. Where like where Drew finally got under Damian Priest's skin to show that next level of aggression. That was a theme of LFG. That level of aggression that we need.
Well, it felt like last week they remembered, mostly around SmackDown, that we need to add some fuel to all these
Yes.
other stories going into WrestleMania, because as rightly it has been heavily criticized that this doesn't feel like WrestleMania going. It doesn't feel like we're going into WrestleMania. It feels like we're going into like a backlash or something like that.
Yeah. And
Outside of the two main events that people are talking about, it doesn't feel like much is going on.
And I think that WWE had a lot on their plate to make an excuse for them. Is that, like from the Netflix partnership, you had to give a lot to there. Then this European tour that for all we know, because we're wrestling fans, and CM Punk informed us, is the European tour takes place after WrestleMania,
Yeah,
not before
it doesn't.
WrestleMania.
To be, that's why I asked you the question earlier. But I don't think it necessarily affects you. I think it affects more. I think it affects people that actually watch the show live more often in America. Um, is the fact that this European tour should not happen. Like if you're going to include live Raws and stuff like that, it shouldn't happen before WrestleMania. It happens afterwards because it's really your target audience is America. And if
I
you're going to fuck with the timings, it's not the right time to be fucking with the timings when it comes into WrestleMania season.
so your
Even though,
microphone your microphone
oh,
just went in. It went in better, right? Like your audio picked up for some
oh
reason.
really? But
Yeah,
I'm talking into it, like
yeah. Oh, you're jumping. So, Manny, the thing I think where they made a mistake, like I have no issue with the European tour. I just think that maybe because you have the ability on Monday Night Raw to show it at whatever time that it happens live, I
mm,
think that the mistake that they made is that they did the Raw and SmackDown tour at the same time. I think maybe if they would have kept Raw in Raw in Europe and had SmackDown in the States still, might have been a little bit better for them. But because
yeah.
at the end, visually on television, it still goes over very well. The European crowds have been great. And quite frankly, they haven't even gotten great shows. Like the shows have been okay.
Mm.
So it's a balance, and I think that as long as like SmackDown remains on regular TV, you don't have the flexibility. So it's going to be the tape show syndrome. And now that everybody has the ability to go on the internet and get a VPN or watch somebody else show it, like the people who want to see it live will see it live.
Mm.
Overall, I thought this was a very good Raw. I thought it established some stories. I thought that the interaction between Cena and Cody was great. I love the fact that John Cena cut a promo on himself. Like he was saying things about Cody that people have said about him. And I thought that was a very, 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 very smart way to do a promo. And then Cody not backing down. And like, yeah, he cussed a little bit here and there, but I felt those were very good times to use a little bit more of aggression to get the point across.
But this was the fire that was being brought up, I think, on Busted Open, or it could have been Stevie Rich. I watch too much nonsense these days, but I think that was brought up that this was the Cody Rhodes that people were expecting to come out fired up and everything since the Elimination Chamber. This is the Cody Rhodes you expected to happen. You don't pander the crowd. You don't do all that stuff if you're furious of what happened and then John Cena's coming off your title. He's turning on the fans. Blah blah blah. You should be pissed at that. You should be pissed. Kind of like how he was pissed when The Rock was trying to steal WrestleMania from him last year. He should have been pissed like that. But he wasn't. He was still being the champion. He was still doing the pyro and all that stuff. This week he still did it on Raw, but you still felt that fire within Cody of like, yes, there is turmoil here, and yes, I'm going to. You may be coming at me and trying to bury me, but I'm not going to let you do that. I am going to fight my corner because I ain't afraid of you, John. I ain't afraid of you at all.
I think this segment was done so well because I think it laid so much groundwork for even if we're going to do a Cody turn at the end. I
Mm,
thought that the fact that, the internet has the past week talking about, people are talking about Cody has been the most protective champion in a long time. Like they're doing everything to protect Cody. The fact that Cena brought that up in his promo, I thought that was not only a great thing to do, but it also gave people in the wrestling universe a sense of like, oh, they're actually paying attention to what we're saying and what we're doing, which I
yeah,
think it's something that a lot of times in wrestling nowadays that the program is not connecting with the audience, as you said earlier in the watch along, where they're not striking when the iron is hot, where they see the momentum.
yeah.
Now, if we also jump to I think the very second match that's going to be very underrated overall on Monday Night Raw is the Kofi Kingston versus the New Catch Republic, and I thought it was very good to have like local
Hold on,
heroes
hold
show
on, Eric.
up.
Just carry on talking. I'm just gonna go quickly
Yeah,
toilet.
I love the fact that they had like local heroes show up to the crowd to make the crowd really appreciate the match and be involved to give a good energy. But at the end of the day, it was more so to allow Kofi and Xavier to get a win, to also come down to the ring, run into Kathy, and then end up challenging the the Viking Raiders to a match, possibly at WrestleMania. I'm not 100% sure if anybody really wants to see that match or think that they deserve that match. If you're in the chat room, do you think the Viking Raiders or Xavier and Coffee should have a match on WrestleMania, considering everything that's going on? And the card is not very stacked. Also, when Manny gets back, I want to ask him a question. Do you think that the WrestleMania shows, night 1 and night 2, will be a less than the typical 3 hours, maybe 2.5 hours, kind of like how this Monday Night Raw was, to preserve the energy of the crowd in Las Vegas? Um, Overall, really, a couple things stand out. I mean, I'll wait for Manny to get back to talk about what they did with Gunther, Jay, and Jimmy. Oh, Manny's back. So,
to go with your point, I don't think WrestleMania is going to be less than 3 hours. I think regardless, it's still going to be like 3 hours and a half each show minimum,
okay,
because they're still put in some filler. Regardless, they'll do all that, and you got to remember some people have specific WrestleMania entrances which will elongate the show as
he's
it
talking
is.
about you, Roman. He's talking about you.
It's not even Roman.
Oh,
It's not
Charlotte.
even
Charlotte, you too.
Charlotte, a few others will elongate the show anyway, but then there will always still be like these backstage segments and stuff like that, like there always is.
I thought, to me, my favorite segment from Monday Night Raw had to be the Usos and Gunther. I thought this was what Gunther needed. I think he needed to come out there and look deranged. I'm not sure if this was pre-booked because of his appearance on LFG, showing that he's just a heartless son of a bitch. I just thought that this was great. Him being covered in Jimmy's blood, Jay being zip tied. I'm actually happy that he wasn't handcuffed, that it was a zip tie, something different. Overall, though, I thought this really set the stage for a feud that really had nothing else, but now it's personal, and I like that.
Well, it was a feud based on run-ins, basically. That's all it was for the last feud. Since Jay won the Royal Rumble, Gunther has literally just been running up and choking him from behind. That's literally all this has been.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like that's what he's been doing.
And I still stand by it. Axiom versus Gunther on SmackDown 2 weeks ago will be better than Jay versus Gunther at WrestleMania.
I think so. Jay, unless Manny, that Gunther does the match that he talked about on LFG, where he just beats the living hell out of Jay the entire match. Like, and I think that's a possible, probably the best way to book the match. Just have Jay take the biggest ass whooping possible, and then he can rally back and win the match if he does win the title.
I think Jay will win. That's the thing. I think Jay will win. I think Tiffy will retain the Royal Rumble winners. I don't think it necessarily matters who wins at WrestleMania the title for the three-way that's going to happen between Io, Rhea, and Bianca. And then I hopefully think Cena wins and become the champion, that the last champion, and he. So I don't know if you watched Raw last week, but his vow is to ruin wrestling for everyone at that point. So
That's some hill shit right there. I like that.
yeah, and I want that to happen. I kind of want to see where that goes.
I find that very interesting that you said you think Tiffany is going to beat Charlotte, which I'm not opposed. But do you think that this Friday that they can keep the momentum that I think that they reestablished for Tiffany? Because I think Tiffany was destroyed 2 weeks ago when she had to do the sit down with Charlotte, and that was like really bad for business. But like the pre-tape backstage interview with Tiffy, I thought gave some redeeming qualities.
It was, but then Charlotte didn't have a chance to retaliate or say anything back. So you're looking at another pull apart at some point. And I think everyone that watches any form of wrestling is getting a bit tired of the pull apart between champion and contender now. It's getting a bit boring.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know how anyone else feels about it, but I feel very bored by it.
Okay. So, Manny, just because this is like a quasi show, I'm probably just going to take the audio and post this up. So I might as well ask you this question. So, Monday Night Raw, what two things stood out to you as the best things that happened on Raw?
The opening,
Okay.
just the back and forth. because really the last 2 weeks, the previous two episodes of Raw, John Cena's come out there, said his piece. Then Cody's come out there and said his piece at John, but John never really said anything back. He just walked out. This one was back and forth, and then, as you say, John was cutting a promo about himself, what the fans have been saying about him for many years, and hitting Cody with it, and then Cody firing back. That added something to this story that, because the Rock thing is not being explained, it kind of felt like something was missing. But this has kind of filled the void a little bit because, okay, now they're fighting for something. There's something behind this match as to why. And then we've already mentioned it. The Gunther thing needed something else to happen in that, because it was just Gunther choking out Jay and Jay looking stupid each week and questioning
Now
his
he choked out
abilities.
his twin.
Now he's got, you've come at my family. You've taken out Jimmy, and you've made me watch him do it. That's drama. That's stuff. That's the stuff. That's the dastardly stuff Randy Orton did when he handcuffed Steph, or was it when he handcuffed Triple H?
I mean,
One of them.
many things that Randy has done to people throughout his career. Is the list goes on and on. Going back to the John Cena and Cody Rhodes situation, do you like the fact that John never answered the question of why did he sell out to The Rock? Like that's still the unanswered question.
Yeah, because I think there may be a double turn here.
Manny, I'm I'm I don't know how they would do it, but for some reason I feel like I can see Cody be aligned with The Rock. Like
Yeah, because I think the whole plan was Cody was supposed to be. That's why he asked the question. Like, Cody was supposed to decide to sell himself to The Rock, but John Cena did it first.
yeah, yeah. So it like these are the little layers that I really enjoyed. So, I mean, what's only fair? What disappointed you the most about Monday Night Raw?
Uh, I think AJ Logan Paul. I think that really stunk. Like, we were completely not interested. Like, if you go by the watch along, we were completely not into it.
I will point out, I think that segment for me personally was a total mood killer. And I think it took all the momentum away from the main event with the ladies because
Mm,
I was so disinterested in the product at that point. I was like, AJ Logan, I don't know why I have it. I think I even asked you on the watch along, was like, do they even deserve to be on WrestleMania? And, and I was like, I didn't like because we had just finished having that tag team match, which was okay, but it was
mm,
also not really needed. And you got Braun hitting Penta and then Penta in the back talking about Braun's mama and stuff like that. And it was like, okay, you're serving a purpose, and then you have Liv going to trying to get a match. So like it's setting up the things for the fatal four way. But AJ and Logan Paul, it seemed like it was out of place. It was the wrong audience. It just it of all the things that's been going on this WrestleMania season, it was probably one of the most forced segments we had to deal with.
yeah.
And the women, for what it was, I mean, what took Bianca so long just to disqualify Rhea? Like, why not? Rhea looks like she was killing everybody, but as the story goes, she still doesn't have a title shot.
And what's going to be interesting is I'm kind of enjoying what Bianca's been doing on social media. Is her telling her take on one of the events that happened on Raw. So check out her Instagram for her last two reels where she gives her take of what's happened in the story. So I can't wait for her take on this on social media, because that's going to be
But
hilarious.
she refuses to talk about Naomi and everything else that's going on with Jade, which I find
Yeah,
also hilarious. So, I mean, since we're in this impromptu show state, Manny, we watched LFG on Sunday. Overall, what did you think of the episode?
it was a complete turnaround, because I didn't necessarily have a feeling about last week's one, because last week was just pure wrestling, uh, and there wasn't any like storyline pieces behind it. Like BJ Ray wasn't being a dick. Um, no one there was nothing really going on with this one, but like this week's episode, you had you had Gunther walk in, and then you felt, I wasn't even in the room. You felt
I felt his
you
presence. I
You
felt his
felt his
presence.
presence. You felt the whole seriousness happen, and he came at a few people that were like happy-go-lucky and like you need to change this shit up. And the main three that he really went after was Jasper Troy, where Jasper Troy, if you criticize him too heavily, he gets all in his feelings, or if things
He
don't go
wants to
his way,
cry.
he wants to cry, much like Sasha Banks when things didn't go her way in WWE.
Damn.
Um, and
Tyler
he went
May,
off. Yeah, Tyler, is it Tyra May? Tyra
Tyra
May
May, it's
Steele,
something like that. The
Tyra
Olympian.
May Steele, or something like that. The Olympic gold medalist. He came at her and said she smiles too much. He doesn't want to see her smile anymore for the rest of the day, which led to Bubba going. The reason he's saying that is basically you're smiling too much that makes him think that you don't give a shit about what you're doing right now. Which
Uh,
she went off on one after the match because it stuck with her with what Bully said. That she and I felt this was stupid the way how she came across. It's like I smile for the people that can't smile anymore.
yeah,
That's warranted. That's fine. But when it comes to your job, you have to take that seriously,
you do.
whether
You
you're
do.
smiling or not.
Yeah. I mean,
If
in
someone's told you, I don't want to see you smiling for the rest of the day, you either do as you're told or get called out about it.
I think it's a thing that you might take liberty because somebody's trying to tell somebody not to smile and whatnot. But in actuality, you're an actress or you're an actor. And if you can't control your nervousness by always smiling and being happy, you can't be a badass and then start with like it just you just have to find that balance as the glow
Mm,
from my notebook is getting me. Mehdi, back to what you said. This episode felt good. And I think LFG for me is kind of like Total Divas. Like I didn't care about Total Divas about who the divas were on. It was more so who could I see catching the background doing stuff that they weren't supposed to do. So like I think that they have to have a featured superstar that shows up on the show. I find those shows a lot more entertaining. Like when Punk was there, I found that entertaining. When Gunther was there, I look forward to seeing DDP. And like when you think about them learning signature moves, why not DDP? Like, the Diamond Cutter, which is just the RKO, but still, it's like, he's a veteran in the game.
yeah, and eventually they're gonna come up with something. I think the it wasn't the trailer. Maybe it was the trailer at the end of LFG yesterday. They were showing like, oh my god, I hope no one dies at the end of this. So it's like, oh, someone's gonna try and do something flashy and it's not gonna work. But it adds to this element of I need to watch this. It's reality TV,
Yeah.
but I love it.
But Manny, Bailey, what do you think about Bailey? I think it could be something with her. First of
There's
all,
something with her, but I think she's just gonna be a goon like Raquel Rodriguez.
yeah, but she was even more impressive goo than Raquel Rodriguez. She's only 22, which is quite impressive.
Yeah, she got a lot to learn. She's got a lot to learn. This is only her second match, so we ain't gonna see her on TV anytime soon.
I
But
do I do find it hilarious how they try to make us care about some superstars who had no reason to be on the show. The cheerleader, like how she had her back injuries.
well, I was getting tired of her anyway. She like her Shiloh have constantly been thrown at us
Well, Manny,
week after week.
I'm gonna talk about Shiloh in a second, just because I feel what you're saying. But you know who we didn't get this week? We didn't get no P Nasty. And we didn't get the Hispanic girl that many people don't even remember that she's on the show, who did that bad when well, pretty much the two people who had a match last week.
Oh,
P
the Hurricane
Nasty and
Runner
her.
that went awful.
Yeah, they weren't on the show at all.
Yeah, I think P Nasty has something there, but I think she's still very green.
Yeah,
You can tell by the way she kicks.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep, I agree with you though. Shiloh's being thrown down our throat, and I think the more they try to force me to believe that he is something special, the more that I don't like him. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I think obviously the trainers, with exception to maybe Mickey, have that one person they always constantly throw down your throats. Like Booker's always going to throw Troy down your throat, but I believe in Troy. I
Yeah,
believe in Jasper Troy. He's got something there. Uh, Undertaker's constantly with this Jasper. No, not Jasper. This
Shiloh.
Shiloh. Bubba doesn't really have anyone, but like
Xena's his one. He
yeah,
likes Xena.
he's not throwing Gina.
No.
Production is throwing Gina at her.
Um, would you like to see them switch like one team member up? Like just like everybody had to switch a team? Like, someone to take someone from your team, put someplace else?
Yeah, I mean, I think some of the people that don't graduate should remain on the show for next season, a-
Mm.
and then switch it up like that way. Because I there's certain people on there that would benefit from staying there.
I don't know if Undertaker is the right person for Tyler May, whatever her name is. I don't know if he knows how to unlock. He even said, I can't been able to unlock what she has inside.
The only person I think that could would be Mickey,
Yeah.
because she's got that female touch as well of being able to. I think the cheerleader should be swapped.
Yeah. It seemed like more Booker T speed. Um, and Chris Island can go suck an egg. Fuck him.
Oh, he's terrible.
It's
The
just
way he was all laughing up that Jasper got spoken down to by Gunther. I'm like, bro, you were too afraid to talk last week.
you were too afraid to talk last week. You had a match, and not only did you, before you even congratulate your opponent, you talk about how great you were. It's like, dude, you have no sense of reality of what you are. But at the same time, let me just point out, I think having Booker T as your coach, no matter what you do or how you fuck up, he gonna always try to have your back. He was ready to have a match with Gunther. He was like, what? What?
No, but the parking lot talk outside the performance center, when he was furious at Jasper,
Yeah. Yeah, I
I
mean,
was in my head, man. Of course you were in your head.
LFG is a real fun show. I look forward to it. And overall, this Raw was probably a B minus. I think that it started off strong. It had some good stuff, but towards the end, I just didn't care about it.
No, it was that AJ segment. That AJ Logan Paul segment really turned it around and just like, okay, I've lost everything. I lost everything for the main event. That really pulled you down. That was really a cool down. That was too much of a cool down.
Yeah. Well, I know I'm taking over Manny's watch alone, but I hope you guys enjoyed the watch alone and this impromptu recording of the
Well, the last
untitled.
half an hour is basically a show.
Yeah, like I'm just gonna go. Those last 30 minutes are gonna probably be what I release. But overall, I hope you guys enjoyed this time. I'll be back on Saturday. I'm assuming that you guys will be back on Thursday because the way that text message read seemed like somebody was like, "I need time off."
Yeah, well, he can cut the show because I have to go to work in about a few hours.
Yes. So, Manny, go enjoy your night. Let me go do some exercise so I can try to snatch back vintage Eric, 2022 Eric. Wait, it might have been 2023. Yeah, 2022, 2023 was the best version of me.
Oh, Slim Eric.
Yeah.
Slim Eric.
Where it was comfortable to sit with my brothers at wrestling events. I hope you guys enjoyed this wrestling watch along.
Shoulders at wrestling events. We'll be back. We'll be back whenever we are. Just click that notification bell. You see whenever we're coming on.
Hit that bell, man. Donate, do all the stuff, buy merch that they might or may not ship to you. And you know what? I gotta wear my Gunther coat to WrestleMania. You did right. I look like a daddy with this sweater on.
We out.
Bye.